Chapter 469. It should be a top secret that there were 14 peerless powerhouses in China. The average rank, 9 powerhouse might not even know about it. Fang Ping thought for a while and asked, "Is Star City the only place in Sino Nation that has a paragon?" "I think so." Su Zissou shook her head and said, "I've never heard of such a place, and no one from other places has ever come into contact with us. What I'm saying is that places like Polaris don't exist in the Hua Nation, but they do exist overseas." "Is it a lot?" "Not many. I only know 1 or 2 places. I'm not too familiar with them. They don't seem to be as strong as ours. Logically speaking, other countries can't suppress the catacombs. They're restraining each other," Su Zissou explained. "In any case, people at the pinnacle usually don't dare to fight. It's just that you scare me, and I scare you. But sometimes the balance can be broken." Jiang Chao continued, "Just like Patriarch Yang's death, the balance was broken. At this time, the other patriarchs did not dare to leave the guarding area without permission, so Tiannan's catacombs were breached. The catacombs don't have any paragons either, but they have more rank 9s than us, so we can't defend them." Fang Ping raised his eyebrows and said, "You said that Paragon has been pinned down, but I heard that Commander Li and Minister Zhang have fought before, including the battle in the capital city catacombs not long ago." As Jiang Chao ate the dog meat, he said, "These few years, how do I put it? Probing attacks. Also, forget it. I won't say any more." Qin Fengqin took the dog meat in front of him and said through gritted teeth, "Fatty, are you keeping us in suspense? Damn it, if you dare to stop halfway through, I'll chop you up." Jiang Chao rolled his eyes. "Do you think I'll be afraid just because you won't let me eat dog meat? All right, I'll give you face and eat a few more pieces." Jiang Chao snatched a few more pieces and whispered, "This is really a top secret. You must never tell anyone. Even I overheard it unintentionally. My pervert was talking to the old man, and I left a tape recorder at their place. I only found out about it later." "Jiang Chao," Su Zissou's voice sharpened, "you eavesdropped on Brother Jiang and Uncle Jiang's conversation." Jiang Chao said indifferently, "It's none of your business. I'm happy." Su Zissou's face suddenly turned serious. "Eavesdropping. Don't say anything." Jiang Chao grinned and said, "I have to say it, and I just want to say it. I won't feel satisfied if I don't say it. Your brother Jiang is unhappy, and he also wants to make others unhappy." As Jiang Chao spoke, he sighed and said, "Humanity is almost finished." They all looked at him, but no one said anything. "It's really over. In the past, our elder ancestor could defend it because the catacombs restricted area was divided into 2 factions, the Monster Lives faction and the Monster Plants faction. These 2 factions were actually at odds with each other. Many years ago, they had waged war against each other and fought for a very long time. The ones who want to invade Earth are actually the Monster Plant sect. The Monster Plant sect calls us the land of rebirth. They seem to be looking for some seed of rebirth. I'm not too sure about this. Us humans and the Monster Plant faction's powerhouses are probably evenly matched, so everyone is holding back for fear of hurting the innocent." Of course, this was what the old man said. In reality, humans were weaker than the Monster Plant faction. They didn't dare to fight us because they were afraid that the Monster Life faction would take advantage of them. When 2 tigers fight, someone will take advantage of them in the end. Nobody would do that. But now, I heard that a monster's apex has appeared in Capital City. It's not humans. Last time, it was a monster's apex that wanted to cross the border. Jiang Chao lowered his voice and said, "Monster's apex usually belongs to the Monster Life faction. Of course, it's not absolute. Some monsters are very domineering and have waged war with the catacombs humans. But this looks like the kind raised at home. Although I'm not familiar with it, it's most likely a monster powerhouse from the Monster Life faction. What does this mean? It means that the Monster Life faction is about to make a move. If the two Catacombs factions join forces, humans will really be finished. The last time Minister Zhang made a move, it was to repel this monster that crossed the border. The other elder ancestor was confronting the Monster Plant Clan powerhouse. The Monster Plant Clan powerhouse said that this fellow is a wild monster and has nothing to do with them. The pervert said that he might be fooling us. Anyway, I think he's fooling us. If the two factions really join forces, we're finished. Jiang Chao sighed and said, "So now it's time to eat and drink. If we join forces, we're completely finished. The elder ancestor will die even if he doesn't run." However, the two sides didn't fight. This means that even if the Monster Life faction wants to make a move, I'm afraid it's not all of them. It's very complicated. All in all, I think there's no hope for humans. After so many years, there's a test now. This is a sign. Don't you think it's hopeless? Jiang Chao sighed and said, "I'm so hopeless that I don't want to cultivate anymore. In the past, I couldn't talk to those idiots. I'll talk to you guys, let you guys feel hopeless too, lest you guys think that I'm really useless, only willing to eat and wait to die." Fong Ping said lightly, "What's there to feel hopeless about? Waiting to die is true hopelessness. It's better to rely on yourself than others. When you reach rank 9 Paragon, even if you really can't beat them, at least you can run." That makes sense. Jiang Chao nodded. Then he suddenly swore, "Don't try to fool me like this. Rank 9 Paragon. You said it's rank 9. Mother of Asterisker. It's totally not the same thing." Jiang Chao was somewhat resigned to his fate. He said, "Rank 9 and rank 9 Paragon are really not the same thing. These years, I said that in the past 100 years, there are still 33 rank 9s who are still alive in Sino Nation on the list. In reality, there are still 5 or 6 in Star Town who are not on the list. The central government also probably hit a few. In total, there are probably less than 50 people. Among these people, about 30 of them broke through in the past 100 years, not counting those who died in battle. This means that on average, a rank 9 appears every 3 years. But do you know how many paragons have appeared in the past 100 years? 2. Fong Ping rolled his eyes at him. "Didn't you say it just now?" "That's right, you know 2. Jiang Chao said helplessly. "Commander Li is awesome to the extreme. Rank 6 at 20 years old, rank 7 at 25, rank 8 at 35, rank 9 at 50, and a rank 9 Paragon at 70. It's been a few years since he broke through now. Minister Zhang, that's also a monster. I think he's 85 years old this year. He entered the catacombs when he was rank 4. A pie fell from the sky. A rank 9 monster plant died, just like that, right under his nose. Old Zhang drank life essence directly and reached peak rank 5. Then he forged his golden bones and golden body from the inside to the outside. It's about the same as you are now. This one even dug out the rank 9 monster plants' heart core and brain core. In just a few years, he rushed to rank 7 and forged a rank 9 divine weapon. With the rank 9 divine weapon, relying on the divine weapon's power, he did a few big things. Anyway, he's the awesome kind, working all the way to rank 9 Paragon. These two are both Destiny's children. Just like that, they're only rank 9 Paragon at almost 100 years old. How can I compare? So what you're saying is nonsense. As long as there's a little hope, can I give up? Do you really think I'm that scared? As soon as he finished speaking, Qin Fengqing sneered. If you're not scared, who's scared? I'm not scared. I'm rank 5 this year. Next year, no, in the second half of the year, Grandmaster next year. Paragon at 30 years old. Fang Ping glanced at him and said lightly, "Then you can't rely on picking up rank 9 corpses. You have to pick up rank 9 Paragon corpses. One is not enough. You need a few more." As he said that, Fang Ping could not help but scold, picking up a rank 9 monster plants corpse, the kind with life essence. "Are you sure Minister Zhang isn't a Destiny's Child? Stop kidding me. Picking up corpses. A rank for picking up a rank 9 monster plants corpse, a complete one. What did this mean? What kind of probability was this? Even a fart could blast him into dust. Old Zhang actually picked it up. Just based on this, Fang Ping felt that even if everyone else died, old Zhang would not die. Jiang Chao shrugged. "You have to be convinced." Rank 9 monster plants were hard to kill even for paragons. It was not that they could not be killed. It was that at rank 9, you could not kill them easily. It would easily cause a war. Even if you killed them, you would definitely take everything away. Those that could not be taken away would be destroyed and not left behind. In the end, Zhang Tao picked up a complete rank 9 monster plants corpse. You have to be convinced. At this moment, Fang Ping no longer paid attention to Jiang Chao. Many things that he did not understand, he finally understood a little. Monster Plants and Monster Life Clan were indeed at odds. The reason why the catacombs did not launch an all-out attack was because the desperate realms were restraining each other. In the past few years, the situation had worsened. It had something to do with the death of the Yang family's old ancestor. Humans had one less desperate realm. It was also related to the peace talks between the 2 clans in the restricted area. The capital city war originated from monsters crossing boundaries. They wanted to cross into the capital city catacombs from the inside of the restricted area. This triggered Minister Zhang to attack. Humans did not dare to gather all their forces to annihilate the catacombs because of these powerhouses restraining them. However, looking at the situation of humans being suppressed, those paragons were probably always at a disadvantage. They could only fight for limited rights and living space for humans. The innermost restricted area was divided into 2 factions. Around the restricted area, Imperial Sea Mountain was the humans' desperate realm. Further out were the 4 major territories of the north, south, east, and west, and 108 small territories. Further out, that was the Forbidden Sea. At this moment, Fang Ping finally had a clearer understanding of the catacombs. Moreover, between the 108 small territories, there were bounded zones and barrier zones, which were also full of danger. After clarifying these, Fang Ping ate a piece of dog meat. The taste was not bad. It was rich in energy. It was a waste to give good stuff to Fatty Jiang. Fang Ping also ate a few more pieces. Qin Fengqing had already started eating. After eating for a while, Fang Ping asked again, "Do the sects have anything to do with you guys?" No. Jiang Chao was eating too. His mouth was dripping with grease. He said vaguely, "The sect world is actually dead. It has been dead for a long time. It can even be traced back to the Song dynasty. At that time, the powerhouses in the sect world disappeared or died. Anyway, since then, the sect world is just a small fry. Even rank 3 is respected. Our Star Destroyer city doesn't come from the sect world. Of course, it's a little related because some of the current sects that have not been around for a long time were established by martial artists who walked out of Star Destroyer city. The origins of the progenitors are not very clear. We don't know how long they have lived at all. Anyway, these progenitors have been paragons since I know them. They have always been guarding the Imperial Sea Mountain passageway. Fang Ping could not help but ask, after so many years, they are still rank 9 paragons. Is this already the limit of martial arts? Probably. Jiang Chao said irresponsibly, "I'm not a rank 9 paragon. How would I know? Fong Ping did not ask about this anymore. He asked again, how is Star Destroyer City's strength? Jiang Chao asked curiously, why are you asking this? I'm asking to see how the human's strength is. Jiang Chao glanced at him and said casually, it's not a big secret. You don't know because your strength is too low. Many people know. Other than these paragon progenitors, there are also some rank 9 who are not young. About 10, didn't you say 5 or 6? Jiang Chao said impatiently, I said 5 or 6 who are not on the list. Do you really think we are isolated from the world? The rest are holding positions in various departments and are on the list. Fong Ping resisted the urge to smack him to death. He continued, what about rank 7 and 8? Not many. There are 13 of them together, about 50 to 60. That's all. Fong Ping looked surprised. Only 4 or 5 in each family. He was really surprised. According to his thinking, Star Destroyer City had been established for so many years and had abundant resources. It was normal for a family to have dozens of grandmasters, right? Su Zissou could not hold it in anymore. She said gloomily, is it very few? It's very difficult to break through to rank 7. Many people can't achieve mentality-vitality fusion in their entire lives. Even if they do, it's very difficult to materialize mentality. Fong Ping muttered, that's not right. Doesn't mentality-vitality fusion require some time to materialize mentality? Su Zissou was even more shocked than he was. She shook her head and said, no, mentality-vitality fusion is mentality-vitality fusion. Mentality materialization is also a very big hurdle. There are often people who are stuck at the mentality-vitality fusion realm. Are you serious? Qin Fengqing rubbed his big bald head and explained, Lion Tang just achieved mentality-vitality fusion a few days ago, and now he wants to materialize mentality. Instructor Lu too. Why is it difficult? The 4 of them looked at each other. After a while, Fong Ping looked at Su Zissou and asked, is it really difficult to achieve mentality materialization from mentality-vitality fusion? Su Zissou was about to break down. She said with a bitter face, it's really difficult. My uncle spent 12 years from mentality-vitality fusion to mentality materialization. Fong Ping looked at Qin Fengqing. Qin Fengqing looked at him too. After a while, he said sheepishly, don't look at me. The people in Star Town probably took too many pills. Our instructor relied on real ability to grind his mentality to the mentality-vitality fusion realm. That's why there are no hurdles. If that's the case, Fong Ping, it might be very difficult for you to materialize too. You might be stuck for more than 10 years. Fong Ping ignored him and said to himself, if that's the case, Star Town's strength is not as strong as I thought. There are only 4 or 5 grandmasters in each family. I thought rank 7 and 8 were everywhere. Jiang Chao was speechless. If that was really the case, the powerhouses of those cities could be overwhelmed by numbers. How was that possible? There was a big hurdle between rank 6 and rank 7. Okay? Also, I said we have 50 to 60 grandmasters in Star Town. There are almost 10 high grandmasters. Why does this bastard think they are weak? Jiang Chao was very confused. They are so strong that you should be trembling in fear. You think we are weak? What are you thinking? Fong Ping was not the only one who thought they were weak. Qin Fengqing also muttered, I thought you guys were very strong too. Every one of you is rank 6. Rank 7 and 8 are a dime a dozen. But after so long, you only have so few. Your family only has 4 or 5 grandmasters. Not counting your ancestors, you can't even defeat MCMAU. How are you doing? If MCMAU had an absolute peak, there would be hundreds of grandmasters by now. Get lost! Jiang Chao said angrily. Minister Zhang is an absolute peak. Martial arts universities and the Ministry of Education are considered one. Qin Fengqin curled his lips and said, "That's right. That's why MCMAU has trained more than 10 grandmasters all these years." Adding all the martial arts universities together, more than half of the grandmasters in Sino Nation came from martial arts universities. Is there a problem with a few hundred of them? Jiang Chao shook his head. Was that how it was calculated? There seemed to be a problem somewhere. However, where did it go wrong? Beside him, Su Zissou said softly, "There are very few people in Star Town. There are 13 families, which means there are only about 3,000 people." Jiang Chao suddenly realized and scolded, "We have very few people. How many people do your martial arts universities have?" "We have very few resources." That's still a lot of people. The two of them were arguing. Fang Ping felt a headache coming on. He interrupted, "Let's talk about the World Youth Martial Arts Competition. This has nothing to do with you." Jiang Chao explained, "It really has nothing to do with you. It's just fighting for a spot in the restricted area. Every 3 years, we can enter the restricted area and compete with the genius martial artists in the catacombs. I don't know what to compete for. Anyway, we just fight. Of course, there are good things. Many people broke through and became grandmasters in the restricted area. My pervert is one of them. When he entered, he was peak rank 6. When he came out, he was a grandmaster." Seeing Fang Ping and Qin Fengqin staring at him, Jiang Chao explained again, "You can't go. There are too few spots. There are only 30 people every 3 years, and the whole world is fighting for it. Sino Nation will probably only send about 10 people. Our ancestors will be guarding the front. Star Town should get some, right? The central government should get some too. The military department has to get some too. In the end, there are only 2 or 3 people in each family. Tell me, do you think there's any left for you? Also, there are not always benefits if you go. Every time you go, people die. Martial arts university students. The strongest ones in the past were only rank 4 or 5. Going would be suicide. It's meaningless. Don't ask why we don't train you in advance. If you're really capable, you can enter the government or the military department after graduation. Those who are powerful will go too. So, you guys usually don't know about this, but the central government and the military department know. Some of the grandmasters now actually came out of the restricted area." Fang Ping rubbed his chin. "The past is the past. According to what you said, it still depends on ability. With my ability, I'm not qualified to go?" Jiang Chao shrugged. "I don't know about that. Anyway, things haven't been decided yet. If you're capable, you can fight for it yourself. But, to put it bluntly, you probably won't be able to go. At least, you might not be reliable." "What do you mean?" Fang Ping's gaze was dangerous. Jiang Chao explained, "When I say reliable, I mean the kind that comes from the right roots. The central government, the military department, Star Town, all of them are absolutely reliable. You guys, your martial arts universities are also considered unorthodox. I don't know if there will be accidents. Do you understand what I mean? If you've been in the military department since you were young, or if your family has been in the military department for a few generations, or if you're an orphan of the military department, then you're from the right roots." After Jiang Chao finished, he added, "You guys are mutants. Anyway, your foundation isn't clean enough. It's only right that you don't go." "My foundation isn't clean enough?" Fang Ping frowned. As expected, there were still some side effects. "If you don't want to go, then don't go. You think we care?" Fang Ping let out a humph. "I don't care. At most. I'll go myself next time." He did not care. Qin Fengqing rubbed his chin and mumbled, I'm not a mutant. Is my foundation clean enough? Jiang Chao glanced at him. After a while, he mumbled, You're not a mutant. You're weak. You can't even beat me. You're just a weakling. Are you going to die? I don't even dare to go, yet you still want to go. You're wasting the quota. These words. Qin Fengqing's face flushed red. I'm weak. All right, I'm a little weak. I'm only early stage rank 5, Fang Ping said again. Then the internal affairs of the restricted area, I'm really not too sure about that. I know a little about the external affairs. As for the internal affairs, I only know that they're divided into 2 factions. I'm not sure about the rest. Jiang Chao shrugged. I'm just a good-for-nothing. I know a little about the general news. As for top-secret news, I can only eavesdrop a few words. I can't do it often, either. How much do you think I know? Beside him, Su Zissou saw Fang Ping looking at her and said hurriedly, I know less than Jiang Chao. I wouldn't dare eavesdrop on my family members. So that's all you know? Yes. Fang Ping frowned and glanced at Qin Fengqing. Qin Fengqing understood and kept the dog meat. That's all you know. Just a little dog meat is enough. Don't waste it. This was not real dog meat. This was the meat of a rank 7 monster. If it was given to others, it could increase their energy. Jiang Chao almost died of anger. Burn the bridge after crossing it. You two are too realistic. Qin Fengqing said helplessly, let the juniors eat some. You won't increase your cultivation even if you eat it. That's too extravagant. I'll treat you to barbecue later. Have a few thousand skewers. That's good enough, right? Jiang Chao was speechless. He scolded, I knew you two were up to no good. You've been scheming against us since the beginning. But forget it. I'm a generous man. I can't be bothered to argue with you. If you guys are stronger, you can destroy the catacombs. Then we can live a better life. If you can't, then you guys will die. It has nothing to do with me. Jiang Chao's words made Fang Ping look at him in a different light. He could not help but say, Great wisdom looks like stupidity. You're the one who sees things clearly. It'd be great if you were a spoiled brat. Next time, don't cultivate. Give me all the resources. When I reach the peak, I'll bring you away. Jiang Chao glanced at him with a look of disdain. As if I'll believe you. Qin Fengqing saw that Fang Ping had said everything he wanted to say. Helpless, he added, You can give me little sous. Invest in me. When I reach the peak, it won't be a problem to marry you. Su Zissou's face was red. She was furious. Do you think I'm stupid? Fang Ping calculated in his heart. He still did not know much about the restricted area. However, he had a rough idea of some things. In short, this meal was not for nothing. The information of the human higher-ups had also begun to reveal a corner of it to him. Chapter 470. The Cafeteria. Fang Ping was still sorting out the information he had just received in his mind when his face lit up suddenly. He turned his head to look at the southern area. Let's go. Fang Ping stood up quickly and exclaimed, Instructor Tang has broken through. Qin Fengqing was also overjoyed. He said excitedly, MCMU's 6th Grandmaster. Fang Ping did not even take the stairs. He stepped out of the window directly. The 3 people behind him followed him hurriedly. Fang Ping said as he stepped, Qin Fengqing, why are you so excited? Big Lion hasn't settled the score with you yet. Qin Fengqing stopped in his tracks. Yeah, why am I excited? Why should I be excited? Big Lion is rank 7 now. If he catches me, will he beat me to death? In the next moment, Qin Fengqing's eyes lit up and he flew away. When Fang Ping and the others arrived outside the pressure room, Qin Fengqing arrived a step later. He was carrying a girl in his hand. He laughed and said, "When Instructor Tang is about to break through. Congratulations. If anyone dares to bully you in the future, come find me." Tang Wen was dumbfounded and helpless. She was in class when Qin Fengqing suddenly rushed into the classroom. As the whole class was in a daze, Qin Fengqing grabbed her and flew out without saying a word. Tang Wen was so scared that she thought her dad had beaten him up again. Tang Wen already knew that her father had made a lot of enemies for her. It used to be Fang Ping, but after Fang Ping made peace with her father, she could finally breathe a sigh of relief. Fang Ping had finally stopped looking for trouble, and now Qin Fengqing had come. Tang Wen was almost depressed to death. When Qin Fengqing spoke, Tang Wen finally understood. She was overjoyed. "My dad broke through?" "Yes, he broke through." "Ha ha ha, congratulations." Qin Fengqing laughed and patted Tang Wen's head kindly. "Your dad broke through. I'm so nice to you. Your dad must be embarrassed to beat me up now, right?" Tang Wen was in no mood to talk to him. She looked at the pressure room excitedly. Many people had gathered outside the pressure room. Even some of the disabled and retired MCMAU old people rushed over with the help of their children. Many of the old people had tears on their faces. They cried with joy. "The heavens have eyes. We have 6 high grandmasters now. 61 years since the founding of the school. There are 6 grandmasters in the school. Teacher, have you seen them? 3 grandmasters in 1 year. MCMAU is invincible." At this moment, the elders could not help but cry tears of joy. Compared to Lu Fengru's breakthrough, Tang Feng's breakthrough was more exciting for them. Lu Fengru was more selfish. She did not have a strong sense of belonging to MCMAU, but Tang Feng was different. Tang Feng was a student that MCMAU had nurtured single-handedly. Although his teacher wasn't the old principal, he was still one of the teachers from the early days of the school. From his youth until now, Tang Feng had spent most of his life in MCMAU. A long time ago, after Huang Jing, everyone had anticipated that the next powerhouse to enter the Grandmaster realm would be Tang Feng. Li Changsheng and Lu Fengru's breakthroughs were actually accidents. Everyone was certain that Tang Feng could enter the Grandmaster realm. Today, Tang Feng did not disappoint them and finally stepped into the Grandmaster realm. Above the pressure room, at this moment, the color of blood permeated the air. The bridge of heaven and earth straightened out as a bridge that connected to the heavens pierced through the void. The 3 Sanjiao gates descended with a rumble and lined up in an orderly manner. Fang Pingyuan thought that Tang Feng's mentality materialization was most likely his fists or a weapon like the boxing gloves. After all, Tang Feng's title was Mad Lion. His pair of iron fists intimidated everyone. He was ranked 6th on the rank 6 ranking list. Other than a few top-notch senior powerhouses who had achieved mentality-vitality fusion, Tang Feng could be said to be invincible among those who were not grandmasters. However, when he saw Tang Feng's materialization, Fang Ping realized that he had guessed wrongly. Roar. A vigorous and ruthless roar rang out. A golden lion appeared out of thin air. Fang Ping was dumbfounded. "Big Lion! He's trying to solidify his title." Old Man Li and the rest had arrived too. Seeing this scene, Old Man Li was also dumbfounded. Motherf asterisk Kerr, what was going on with MCMAU? Lu Fengru brought a phoenix here. Why did Tang Feng bring a lion here too? Could it be that animal-type materialization was popular now? Roar. In midair, the golden wild lion was still roaring fiercely. At this moment, Lu Fengru tread the air and threw Zheng Nachi's boxing gloves into the air. She shouted, "Melt your bloody gloves. We will lend you a hand." The golden wild lion seemed to have become a living creature. Its blood-red eyes glanced at Lu Fengru. When it saw the pair of boxing gloves, the golden wild lion's eyes revealed a human-like surprise. Divine weapon! He had just broken through, and a divine weapon actually appeared in front of him. He could not afford to think too much. At this moment, his mentality had just materialized, and the phenomenon had appeared. It was also the best time for him to condense a divine weapon. The next moment, the golden wild lion swallowed the boxing gloves that were thrown at it. After a while, in the pressure room, the roof was penetrated. A pair of blood-red boxing gloves were thrown out, and the golden wild lion swallowed them in one gulp again. Seeing this, Old Man Li did not need anyone to say anything. He roared and tread the air. An extremely vigorous vitality force descended on the golden wild lion in an instant. Lu Fengru also intertwined celestiality and tread the air. With a roar, celestiality surged into the golden wild lion's body. The rank 8 Golden Body Minister Wang had not been in MCMAU for the past 2 days. Previously, he had been in the Magic City Governor's house. At this moment, when he saw this scene, his eyes lit up. A wave of celestiality surged from his body and surged into the lion's body. These people were helping Tang Feng smelt the 2 weapons into one, turning them into a divine weapon that truly belonged to him. Below, Liemo did not participate. The look in his eyes was slightly complicated. MCMAU had one more Grandmaster, and this Grandmaster was also extremely powerful. Once his mentality materialized, the golden wild lion became extremely human-like. Lu Fengru was even sure that his materialized object could be smelted into a divine weapon. This actually meant a lot. A divine weapon was not something that could be smelted as one pleased. At this moment, 3 High Grandmasters were helping Tang Feng to smelt his own divine weapon. Once the smelting was successful, this new Grandmaster of MCMAU's combat strength would probably skyrocket. In midair, the golden wild lion roared continuously. Inside his body, the 2 pairs of boxing gloves were colliding continuously. The dull sound of thunder echoed throughout the world. Below, the instructors and students were focused and calm. Although many people did not understand, this did not stop them from knowing that this seemed to be a critical moment. Since a few High Grandmasters were helping, it was obvious that this was not a small matter. Fong Ping did not know how to smelt a divine weapon. However, there were still people who knew. Luo Yichuan saw Fong Ping looking up at him with a slightly nervous expression. He said softly, "It's okay. 3 High Grandmasters are helping." In addition, Tang Feng is extremely strong himself. The bloody gloves have been with him for many years. Soon, they will be smelted into one. If the core of the divine weapon can be transferred into the bloody gloves, then the newly forged divine weapon will be his bloody gloves. A pair of gloves that has been with him for 30 years. When that time comes, Tang Feng's strength will be even stronger. Tang Feng had used the bloody gloves for many years, just like Zhang Dingnan's saber. Actually, Zhang Dingnan's saber could also be smelted into a divine weapon. Unfortunately, Zhang Dingnan could not gather enough materials and could only give up. Moreover, Zhang Dingnan was afraid that he would eventually destroy the bandit slaying saber, so he gave it to Fong Ping later. At this moment, Tang Feng was fusing the divine weapon with the bloody gloves. As for whether the bloody gloves would fuse with the divine weapon or the bloody gloves would transform into a divine weapon, it was still difficult to determine. Beside him, Zhang Nanqi's expression was a little complicated. His own divine weapon was smelted by someone else. Naturally, he felt a sense of loss. However, Zhang Nanqi quickly sighed softly. In their hands, the divine weapon was like a pearl covered in dust. Perhaps only in the hands of these powerhouses who had walked out of mountains of corpses and seas of blood could it be put to good use. Only in the hands of a powerhouse like Tang Feng, the divine weapon was not a disgrace. If it really fell into the hands of Qin Fengqing, that would be a grievance and a disgrace. Accompanied by the furious roar of the lion, the sound of the gloves colliding became louder and louder. In the sky above MCMAU, a few silhouettes appeared again. Someone saw the situation and laughed loudly. Let's add flowers to brocade and congratulate Brother Tang. As soon as he finished speaking, streams of celestiality surged into the golden lion's body. Thank you, everyone, for your help. Old Man Li laughed loudly. Today, MCMAU would produce another powerful rank, 7. Following everyone's help, the next moment, the golden lion was instantly dyed blood red. A moment later, a pair of blood-red crystal gloves appeared above the lion's head. In the next moment, a silhouette broke through the air. Tang Feng's aura was violent. He grabbed the gloves, and they appeared on his hands in an instant. Tang Feng could not contain his joy. He punched toward the sky. Boom! A bolt from the blue. With this punch, many of the people below staggered backward. The aftershock spread, and the ground cracked. Fong Ping saw the situation and laughed loudly. Congratulations to Instructor Tang. Congratulations to the Grandmaster. As for the fine, he would definitely be punished. If Big Lion did not manage MCMU well this time, he would be punished to death. In midair, the sound of thunder continued. Below, the instructors and students were overjoyed. They shouted wildly, "Congratulations to the Grandmaster!" They were honored. In just a short month, they had congratulated the Grandmaster twice. What an honor! What a pride! Congratulations to the Grandmaster! The cheers came one after another. MCMU was boiling. Magic City was boiling. In March 2010, 2 MCMU powerhouses had entered the Grandmaster realm. Congratulations to MCMU. Fong Ping stepped into the air, shouting loudly. MCMU's 6 Grandmasters, the #1 in martial arts universities, they were well-deserved. Congratulations to MCMAU. The cheers were endless, one after another. So strong. Below, looking at Tang Feng standing in the air with a violent aura, Zhang Nanqi and the others were shocked. He was really strong. Once this new Grandmaster of MCMAU entered rank 7, he gave off the feeling that he was no weaker than some of the veteran Grandmasters. His vitality was like a furnace. One look at him, and you would feel burned. Li Mo nodded slightly, saying softly, "He's really strong, especially the divine weapon that he has melted into a glove that he has used for many years." This person has also fought in the catacombs for many years and killed countless people. I'm afraid he's no weaker than the average middle stage or upper stage rank 7. Jiang Chao could not help but ask, "How does he compare to my freak?" Li Mo pondered for a moment, saying softly, "In a spar, he has just broken through. He might not be Jiang Hao's match. In a life-and-death battle, this person has killed countless people. Jiang Hao might not be his match. How is that possible?" Although Jiang Chao did not like his older brother, he still could not help but say, "A freak middle-stage rank 7, with 2 divine weapons in hand, has also killed countless people, even beheading same-rank catacombs geniuses. Is he not his match?" His older brother was a top-notch prodigy martial artist, even in Star Town. Some of the older rank 7s, even if they were upper stage, would not dare to say that they could definitely defeat his older brother. But now, Li Mo actually said that in a life-and-death battle, Jiang Hao might not be Tang Feng's match. Li Mo sighed. Seeing that everyone was looking at him, he explained softly again, "Among same-rank powerhouses, the military department is the strongest, followed by martial arts universities. Do you understand? Everyone did not quite understand. Why was it like this? The military department and martial arts universities take things one step at a time. The military department starts fighting from rank 1, living on the edge of life and death every day. Martial arts university powerhouses start fighting from rank 3, relying on themselves for all resources and experience. Whether it's the military department or martial arts universities, resources are limited because they have a lot of people. They want to kill their way out of countless people and become a powerhouse. Countless blood has been shed, countless hardships. They are indeed slightly stronger than Star Town. In Star Town, there was almost no fighting below rank 6. How could a group of martial artists who grew up in such an environment compare to this group of powerhouses who were bathed in blood and killed for a normal vitality pill? In Star Town, how many people would care about a normal vitality pill? Not to mention a normal vitality pill, no matter the rank, many people would not be interested in it. As for the military department and martial arts university martial artists, they might have to kill a few martial artists of the same rank to obtain a pill. This was the source of the difference in strength between the two sides. Sometimes divine weapons, combat techniques, and talent were not the main factors that determined strength and combat strength. The key was still the mentality and belief. After Li Mo finished speaking, everyone fell silent. Looking at the powerhouses in the sky, Li Fei muttered, "No wonder Third Grandpa chose to go to the military department and never return to Star Town." Li Mo glanced at him and snorted softly. "Don't bite off more than you can chew. Having a high starting point doesn't mean that we will definitely be weaker than our peers. The key is still in ourselves. It's not your fault that you have a high starting point. This is your capital. If Jiang Hao continues to train for another 3 to 5 years, these people will definitely not be Jiang Hao's match. You understand? Moreover, Jiang Hao was still young. This was also a huge advantage that this rank 7 from MCMAU could not compare to. Midair. Tang Feng restrained his aura and regained his composure. There was a slight smile on his face. Turning his head to look at Lu Fengru, Tang Feng smiled and said, "Congratulations. When you broke through earlier, I felt it, but it was a critical moment." Lu Fengru said, lightly, "It's just a rank 7. I've wasted so many years. What's there to congratulate?" Tang Feng's tone faltered. "I just broke through. I was just excited. Don't hit me, okay?" The other rank 7 grandmasters who had just arrived did not know whether to laugh or cry. Lu Fengru's words had hit everyone. Tang Feng originally wanted to ask about the divine weapon, but after thinking about it, he did not ask now. It would not be too late to ask later. Everyone did not continue to float in midair and landed one after another. Fong Ping followed them all the way. Seeing this, he smiled and said, "Instructors, can I say something?" They looked at him and nodded slightly. Fong Ping saw this and said loudly, "April 2nd, February 18th, MCMEU will hold a Grandmaster Banquet. The whole world will celebrate. Congratulations to humanity, congratulations to Sino Nation, congratulations to MCMEU, congratulations to Grandmasters. Grandmaster Banquet." At this moment, MCMAU was once again in an uproar. How many years had it been since MCMAU had held a Grandmaster Banquet? Finally, such an opportunity had arrived. Moreover, this time, it was not just one Grandmaster. A few Magic City's local Grandmaster powerhouses laughed when they heard this. "We will definitely come when the time comes. Let's have a few drinks together. These days, everyone has been tense. It's time to relax. That's right. I've been waiting for Dean Lee's wedding banquet. In the end, I waited until the new year, but it didn't happen. I thought that Dean Liu's breakthrough should be coming soon, right? In the end, it didn't happen. Finally, there's news now. MCMAU is really low-key. They only held it when all three of them broke through together. We missed out on a few drinks. Everyone congratulated one after another. MCMAU had 3 new grandmasters. This was indeed a rare, joyous occasion. Since last year, MCMAU's old vice-chancellor died in battle, many grandmasters had fallen, and a series of events after that had put the whole Sino nation and even the whole world under immense pressure. These days, there were also people who had broken through to the grandmaster realm. However, compared to MCMAU's 3 high grandmasters, they were still far behind. If MCMAU were to hold a grandmaster banquet, it would probably be lively for once. As the date of the grandmaster banquet was set, the school was in an uproar. The grandmasters were also talking and laughing. They were in a good mood. Tang Feng did not care about this. This was a tradition. However, old man Li had broken this tradition. He refused to hold it no matter what and had been delaying it. After a while, a few MCMAU grandmasters sent the foreign grandmasters away. Only then, Qin Fengqing walked over with Tang Wen. Before his daughter, Tang Wen, could speak, Qin Fengqing was overjoyed. "Instructor Tang, you've broken through to grandmaster. I'm so happy. Instructor Tang, when you punched just now, lightning flashed and thunder roared. How domineering. You're practically my hero and idol in my heart." Tang Wen could not help but look at him. "Is this your father or mine? I'm embarrassed to suck up to him." Beside her, old man Li patted Fong Ping and sighed. "Seeing him, I think of you from before." Fong Ping was speechless. "Instructor, I'm not as shameless as him," old man Li sneered. "You're even more shameless than him." However, now, Fong Ping was slightly more shameless. It was not that he did not care about his reputation. He had left all the shameless things to Qin Fengqing. Now that Fong Ping had subordinates that he could order around, he did not have to do some things himself. Otherwise, Qin Fengqing's shamelessness might be slightly worse than Fong Ping's. If it were Fong Ping, he would not only think about sucking up to him, but also how to make Big Lion his coolie in the future. While old man Li was still thinking about this, Tang Feng could not stand Qin Fengqing's nagging anymore. It was just a few lines of flattery. He was sick of listening to it. Did he not see that his own daughter wanted to talk to him? Did he not have any eyesight at all? In the next moment, Qin Fengqing's free ride on the flying bus was kicked away by Tang Feng. Outside, Li Fei and the others stopped in their tracks. MCMAU's new grandmasters were so cruel. No wonder these MCMAU students were also so cruel. When they were fierce, they would even beat up their own people. Looking at Fong Ping, who was chatting cheerfully with a few grandmasters, Jiang Chao suddenly said in a low voice, "Big Baldy really doesn't have much status in MCMAU. He's doing so badly. Look at Fong Ping. Qin Fengqing, this fellow was doing so badly. The things this fellow had boasted to them before were probably true, right?" Chapter 471. Tang Feng had just broken through, so he had a lot of things to do. Tang Feng was not familiar with Li Mo and the others. After exchanging a few pleasantries, Li Mo tactfully brought Li Fei and the others away. As soon as Li Mo and the others left, the excited Tang Wen could not help but exclaim, "Dad, you broke through." As she said that, Tang Wen suddenly looked at Fong Ping and said carefully, "President, my dad broke through." Fong Ping glanced at her. Yes, he was not blind. No more benefits from last time. Tang Wen said carefully. Although her father had broken through, Fong Ping usually did not deal with her directly. Compared to that boorish senior Qin, Tang Wen was more afraid of Fong Ping. Fong Ping's expression darkened. This girl was getting ahead of herself. Do you know how much I gave out 200,000 credits last time? Fang Ping coughed softly and smiled. The school's resources are tight now. We can't make ends meet. Life is tough. We have to use a normal vitality pill sparingly. We can't waste it. Next month, the school will be eating dirt. I wonder if the Ministry of Education can support us a little more. Beside him, Minister Wang, who had not left yet, rubbed his temples and laughed. I'll leave first. Also, next time you complain about being poor, put away your divine weapons first. After saying that, old Wang flew away. This kid, Fang Ping, was still crying in front of him. He wanted to rob MCMAU. After Minister Wang left, the rest were all his own people. Tang Feng asked, "What's with the divine weapons?" Fang Ping was about to speak when Old Manly said, "Fang Ping cheated them. Instructor!" Fang Ping corrected him with a straight face. "I won them in the competition." How could this be called cheating? Tang Feng was surprised and asked a few questions. Old Man Li also repeated everything that had happened recently. After listening to this, Tang Feng looked at Fang Ping. After a while, he said, "I've completely melted the divine weapon, but I probably can't return it. When you need it, I'll help you hunt down a monster." Old Manly said faintly, "Don't make promises. This kid might not be interested in a rank 7 divine weapon. If he's interested in a rank 9, are you sure you want to hunt it?" Tang Feng stopped in his tracks. What he said made sense. As they were talking, Lu Fengru and Tang Feng looked at the underground tunnel not far away. Old Man Li was slower by a beat. When he saw Fang Ping and him turn their heads at the same time, Old Man Li's expression darkened. How embarrassing! How embarrassing! How embarrassing! It was one thing for a rank 8 like him to lose to 2 rank 7s, but he had actually discovered the commotion at the same time as Fang Ping. Fang Ping stifled his laughter, suppressing the urge to laugh maniacally. He coughed a few times and said, "Is this Vice-Chancellor and the others back?" Lu Fengru nodded slightly. Tang Feng breathed a sigh of relief and said, "It's them." Beside him, Old Man Li's face was dark, and he said nothing. His status was getting lower and lower, and his sense of existence was getting lower and lower. It was fine when MCMAU's grandmasters were few, but now that there were so many, he realized that he was about to become a big joke. "I must materialize my psychic energy immediately." These words echoed in Old Man Li's heart again and again. If he did not materialize now, he would not be able to survive. At the same time, in the tunnel, Wu Quishen's expression changed slightly. "Fengru and Tang Feng have broken through?" Huang Jing nodded and said with a look of surprise, "It's too fast." They did not stay long in the catacombs this time. It was only half a month, but in such a short period of time, both of them actually broke through. Wu Quishen continued, "There's also a rank 8 golden body in the school. His aura is a little unfamiliar. Where did he come from?" "Rank 8 golden body? Did something happen to the school?" Huang Jing was slightly nervous. Wu Quishen shook his head slightly and said, "It doesn't look like it. Besides, Changsheng and the rest are all in the school. Besides, we're back now. This rank 8 is no match for me. I can kill him with a slap, even without a divine weapon." Huang Jing and Lu Polu didn't seem to have any objections to Wu Quishen's suggestion. Since Wu Quishen said that he could slap the other party to death, it shouldn't be a problem. Since it was trash that could be slapped to death, there was no need to pay too much attention to it. Just as Wu Quishen and the others were exiting the passageway, Li Mo was leading Li Fei and the others to the accommodation arranged by MCMAU. After walking for a while, Li Mo tilted his head and glanced at South District. After a while, Li Mo said, "After we greet them, We'll return to Startown. Grandpa Lee, are you leaving now? Liemo did not say much. When he was in MCMAU, he still thought that MCMAU was invincible. Now that there were more and more powerhouses in MCMAU, and MCMAU's vice-chancellor seemed to have returned, it was a little stressful. It was better to leave as soon as possible. But then again, MCMAU's strength was much stronger than he had expected. Excluding peak strength like absolute peak, MCMAU as a martial arts university was probably comparable to one of the 13 universities. Perhaps it was slightly stronger. Liemo thought about this in his heart, and then thought about the combat technique rooms and other facilities that MCMAU had opened to them before. We're going back. Send more materials over. Only those with strength were worthy of respect. MCMAU's strength was not weak. If they wanted to be on good terms with Startown, there was no need to keep them at a distance. As for the exchange between the two sides, whether Startown was open to the public or not, he still had to ask the old ancestors for their opinions. MCMAU passageway entrance. Soon Wu Quishan and the other two walked out. When he saw Lu Fengru, Wu Quishan smiled slightly, nodded, and said, "I've broken through. Yes, it's faster than I expected." Wu Quishan did not say much. He looked at Tang Feng and smiled. "Congratulations." Tang Feng smiled. "Vice-Chancellor, let's not talk about this. Was everything all right in the Magic City catacombs this time?" "It was fine." Wu Quishan smiled, looked at Fang Ping, and said, "Both sides didn't come to Hope City. There was a fight in Sky Gate City, and this time Sky Gate City was almost completely destroyed. After that, both sides seemed to have reached an agreement, and the monsters returned to the Forbidden Area." As he said that, Wu Quishan said with a strange expression, "Kid, next time you enter the catacombs, be careful." "What's wrong?" Fang Ping was a little curious. Was it not over? Huang Jing also looked at him strangely. After a while, he said, "A few days ago, that Jiao suddenly came to Hope City. It used its mentality to materialize a figure, and it seemed to be you. It wants to find you. As for why, I'm not too sure. But we have Chief Nan and the others here, and the Jiao didn't stay either. It probably didn't sense you and left. But I can see that it can't forget you. You kid, take it easy." Fang Ping's face turned purple. Was it necessary? The Jiao actually went to Hope City to find him. What did it want? What Fang Ping did not know was that the Jiao was looking for him for serious business. Sky Gate City was going to move, and they were going to move the mines. The Jiao was a little anxious. It wanted Fang Ping's cooperation to see if it could rob Sky Gate City's huge mines. In the end, it did not find Fang Ping, and the Jiao was very disappointed. From the Jiao's point of view, Chef was not very strong, but he seemed to have some skill in robbing. It still wanted Fang Ping's cooperation, but unfortunately he was not here. Fang Ping did not know what the Jiao was thinking. At this moment, Fang Ping looked gloomy. He said helplessly, "It even has its eyes on me?" Huang Jing chuckled. "If worst comes to worst, I won't go to Magic City's catacombs. Do you think it can kill its way to the surface to find you?" Fang Ping said hurriedly, "Don't say that. If it really comes to the surface, I won't even know how to cry. Vice-Chancellor, the next time you see it, just cut it up." Wu Quishan shook his head. "Don't even think about it. This Jiao is a monster from 100 Beasts Forest. Right now, Hope City can't wait to have nothing to do with 100 Beasts Forest. Don't even talk about killing this Jiao. If you see it, it's best to avoid it to avoid trouble." The Jiao, too, had a backer. This time, Magic City's catacombs had become like this because of the Jiao. Fang Ping was gloomy again. He asked hurriedly, "So, Magic City's catacombs is quiet now?" "Yes. Mayor Nan and Guardian Zhang will still be here for a few more days. We're fine." Also, martial artists from Monster Sunflower City have started to come out. They're more well-informed than us, so it's almost settled down. They didn't fight. Fong Ping felt a little regretful. If they had fought, it would have been a good thing if some rank 9 powerhouses had died. Unfortunately, monsters were more rational than he thought. Wu Quishan smiled faintly. Although they didn't fight, you've done a good deed this time. Both sides were at war before. Skygate City is really going to move this time, and it won't be slow either. If nothing goes wrong, in 3 to 5 months, Skygate City will move from its original location. This means that Hope City's defense line can be pushed forward 100 li. Previously, the two cities were too close to each other. Although they forced Skygate City to show signs of moving last time, they couldn't make Skygate City move officially. Now that they've left, we have more room to maneuver. Beside him, Lu Fengru suddenly said, "That be***starred is leaving?" Wu Quishan's gaze was slightly complicated. Soon he smiled and said, "It's fine if he's gone. It's an eyesore to see him every day." He didn't have it easy this time either. First, he exposed his divine weapon. During the second battle, 3 beast kings surrounded him and almost killed him. If the people from the restricted area did not intervene, he would have been killed directly. It's good that he's gone. The 3 beast kings couldn't kill him? Lu Fengru's expression was ugly. Wu Quishan was silent for a moment. Finally, he said, "He has a rank 9 divine weapon, a real rank 9 divine weapon, combined with his middle stage rank 9 ability, is comparable to an upper stage rank 9. If you want to kill him, you'll need at least an upper stage rank 9 powerhouse or a middle stage rank 9 powerhouse with a rank 9 divine weapon. At this moment, even if he broke through to rank 9 and carried a divine weapon, he might not be able to kill the other party. He would be lucky if he could fight to a draw. If he wanted to kill the Skygate City Lord, he would need to break through to middle stage rank 9 at least and upgrade his divine weapon to rank 9 officially. By then, both parties would be of the same rank. The Skygate City Lord's combat strength was average. Wu Quishan felt that he might be able to kill him. However, this required time. He himself did not know when he would have such an opportunity. Seeing that the two of them were speaking seriously, Huang Jing laughed and said, "All right, let's not talk about this first. Where's my monster? I've been thinking about it since I was in Hope City." Before he could finish, Old Manly stomped his foot and swore, "What broken shoes?" Huang Jing did not notice at first, but Wu Quishan took a look. After a while, he could not help but cough softly. "Divine weapon," Old Manly said casually. "Aha, right, there's a sword in the warehouse. Old Lu, you can take it later." Beside him, Fong Ping's expression was bitter. "This is what I wanted to say. I was going to say it." Old Man, Li had learned to interrupt now. Before Old Man, Li could continue, Fong Ping said immediately, "Vice-Chancellor, Instructor, and Instructor Tang also have divine weapons. I've also prepared Old Lu's. Instructor Li can make do with the rank 7 boots first. Vice-Chancellor Huang can smelt it himself. You have a divine weapon, so I didn't prepare it for you." At this moment, the 3 of them who had just come out looked dazed. What was going on? Divine weapon wholesale. Wu Quishan was dazed for a moment. He coughed softly and said, "Tell me, MCMU's 6 grandmasters, 6 divine weapons." Wu Quishan exhaled. He was about to continue asking when Fong Ping said immediately, "It's just a few rank 7 divine weapons. It's nothing. This is what students should do." Lu Po Lu could not help but laugh. "There are really divine weapons." "Yes, Old Lu, I've specially prepared a divine weapon longsword for you. The name is an authentic divine weapon name, Kunwa sword. You'll definitely like it. Lu Polu and the other two looked at each other. Huang Jing could not hold it in and asked hurriedly, "How did you get it?" Fong Ping immediately began narrating. Beside him, Old Man Li pursed his lips. "Do you think I'll steal the credit? I'm just suppressing old Huang first, so that he won't show off his divine weapon in front of me." More than 10 minutes later, Fong Ping told them everything that had happened in the university recently. Huang Jing looked amazed. Lu Polu looked satisfied. He was in a good mood. As for Wu Quishan, he did not know whether he should be happy or helpless. Logically speaking, he should be happy about this. However, this kid Fong Ping was extremely arrogant and was boasting to Lu Polu and the others. If this went on, this kid would really become the vice-chancellor. Old Wu could not hold it in anymore. While Fong Ping was still talking, he kicked him away. Only then did he feel refreshed and much more comfortable. Everyone could not help but laugh. After kicking Fong Ping away, Wu Quishan said with a straight face, "We'll start smelting the divine weapons today. Not only do we smelt them, but we'll also flaunt them." Old Manly said helplessly, "I can't smelt them." As for flaunting them, it was nothing more than to tell the outside world that they had taken the divine weapons, and it had nothing to do with Fong Ping. It was also to tell Stellar City that they were the ones who took the divine weapons, and it had nothing to do with the juniors. Fong Ping and the others had no use for the divine weapons. There was no need to scheme against them. Huang Jing pondered for a moment. Stellar City won't go to the extent of finding trouble with Fong Ping and the others just for these divine weapons, right? It's hard to say. Wu Quishan shook his head. It's not just one or two families. The 10 people who came this time represent 10 families. If there are more people, the representatives will have different opinions. The juniors might not care and don't take it seriously. A few families might not care either, but it doesn't mean that they don't care. This kid Fong Ping likes to take risks out of desperation. Keep an eye on him next time. He's only rank 5 now. The most important thing now is to break through. As for the rest of us, we have to work harder. The situation is indeed getting worse. Previously in Hope City, Minister South said that the Tian'an Catacombs passageway has already shown a stable state. The seals that were set up before have also been washed away. When the Tian'an Catacombs opens, I'm afraid it will be a fierce battle. This time, there's no need to mobilize people. Everyone has to contribute for you to break through at this time. I don't know if it's good or bad. Wu Quishan sighed softly. The 6 high grandmasters of MCMAU were now idle. Grandmasters were not there for you to retire. If you were not a grandmaster, it would not be a problem to break through in seclusion. When you reached the grandmaster level, how could it be possible for the 6 high grandmasters to stay in MCMAU and not fight? For the opening of the Tian'an Catacombs, this time, MCMAU definitely had to send grandmasters over. Moreover, it was not just one person. If the situation in Magic City's catacombs was not tense, 2 or 3 of them would not be considered contributing. Tang Feng laughed. It's been a long time since I went to battle. Now that the Tian'an Catacombs are open, I'll go and kill to my heart's content. We'll talk about it when the time comes. Wu Quishan didn't say much. He walked and chatted with them as they left. On the other side, Qin Fengqing's face was full of disdain. So, you were also kicked out. After he was kicked away by Tang Feng, he didn't go back to get beaten up. Instead, he was thinking about life. Unexpectedly, not long after, Fong Ping was also kicked over. Qin Fengqing's mood immediately improved. Fong Ping ignored him. He straightened his clothes, thought for a while, and said, "Vice-Chancellor and the rest are back, so I'm officially going into closed-door cultivation. This time, I won't come out until I reach rank 6. When I reach rank 6, you're still early stage rank 5. Next time I go to the catacombs, don't follow me. I'm too lazy to bring you along. You're becoming more and more useless. You're just delaying things." Having said that, Fong Ping strode away. On the spot, Qin Fengqing hammered his bald head and gritted his teeth. "Do you think I want to follow you? Do you think I have to follow you? What's so great about rank 6? Do you think I've never seen a rank 6 before?" Chapter 472. March 23rd. Huang Jing forged a divine weapon. The core of forging a divine weapon was a monster's heart core and brain core, plus some other supplementary materials. The value of the supplementary materials was not low, but MCMU also had reserves in this area. What they lacked was the core materials. Everything was ready. 6 high grandmasters. No, 5 high grandmasters. Old man Li disappeared. This time, he really went into closed-door cultivation. With the 5 high grandmasters working together, they spent half a day to forge a Changdao named Skybreaker. At this point, every MCMU grandmaster was equipped with a divine weapon. On this day, inside MCMU, divine weapons filled the sky. 5 divine weapons, 5 grandmasters, their power unparalleled. March 24th. The grandmaster ranking was updated. This time, there were more changes. The grandmaster ranking was not updated often. There were no major changes. Usually, there were few changes. In the global grandmaster ranking, there were a total of 212 rank 9s. Rank 8s, there were 526 on March 9th. Now, there were 527. Rank 7s, there were 1598 previously. Now, including Tang Feng, there were still 1598. It had not been long since the last update. Recently, no grandmasters had fallen, and someone had entered rank 8. On the Sino Nation Grandmaster ranking, there were 33 rank 9s, 98 rank 8s, and 320 rank 7s. Previously, MCMAU's grandmasters did not rank high among rank 7 and 8. The highest was Wu Quishan, and his ranking was average. However, this time, after the ranking was updated, there were changes. Wu Quishan did not hide his divine weapon in the Magic City catacombs anymore. That day, many grandmasters were present. This time, Magic City's crisis was resolved, and the news spread immediately. In addition, Wu Quishan displayed his strength in MCMAU. The divine weapon flying in the sky, Magic City's powerhouses felt it. Wu Quishan, peak rank 8 quasi, rank 9 divine weapon in hand. From the original global rank 8 129th, he entered the top 10 in one fell swoop. Sino Nation ranked second among rank 8s. The global rank 8 ranked 6th. Li Chongsheng, originally ranked 525 in the global rank 8, had also advanced a lot. Global rank 8475, Sino Nation 90. Although Old Man Li had also obtained a divine weapon, he could not even materialize it. In reality, his combat power did not increase by much. The ranking list still took into account the increase in Li Chongsheng's spiritual energy, which was not far from materializing. That was why he was able to move up a few places. In the rank 8 ranking list, there was someone who was more glorious than Old Man Li, Sino Nation South Capital Martial Arts University Vice-Chancellor Qin Yaoding, on the night of March 23rd in the South Capital Catacombs, achieved rank 8, forged his golden body, and crossed over. At the same time of the breakthrough, Qin Yaoding took the opportunity to kill 2 peak rank 7 powerhouses in the catacombs of South Capital, making a name for himself. Being a rank 8 powerhouse did not mean that he could easily kill a peak rank 7 powerhouse. However, Qin Yaoding had a divine weapon in hand. While he was breaking through, before the enemy rank 8 came to help, he quickly killed 2 rank 7 chieftains. This achievement was dazzling even among the level 8 experts. Based on this battle, even if Chen Yaoding had just broken through, his combat strength was recognized. He was ranked 323 in the world and 62nd in Sino Nation. Wu Quishan was ranked 2nd in Sino Nation's rank 8. Chen Yaoding was ranked 62nd. Li Chongsheng was ranked 90th. The 90th place that was the subject of much debate. It was rumored that the 8 golden body powerhouses behind him were not too happy about it. It was fine if old Li continued to be at the bottom. It was useless even if he had a divine weapon. The rank 8 ranking had changed a lot, and so had the rank 7 ranking. Among the few high grandmasters in MCMAU, although Lu Polu was a peak rank 7, he was just an average peak. He did not hone many skulls, and his previous ranking was not high either. This time, he obtained a divine weapon longsword, and Lu Polu's ranking increased a lot. At this moment, Lu Polu was ranked 87th in the world, 13th in Sino Nation. Huang Jing, 530th in the world, 97th in Sino Nation. Tang Feng, 730th in the world, 144th in Sino Nation. Lu Fengru, 860th in the world, 188th in Sino Nation. Tang Feng, who had just broken through, surpassed Lu Fengru's ranking once again. This time, it was not because Tang Feng's breakthrough phenomenon was stronger, but because Tang Feng had smelted a divine weapon on the spot, smelting the bloody gloves into a divine weapon. A pair of gloves that was completely in line with his wishes was not comparable to a divine weapon Changdao that Lu Fengru casually held. Tang Feng wore the bloody gloves. He was not any weaker than Huang Jing, who did not have a divine weapon. Lu Fengru was naturally slightly weaker. However, to be able to enter the top 1,000 in just a few days, it was already shocking. In the global ranking, the top 1,000 rank 7s were almost all middle stage rank 7 powerhouses. The rest were only early stage rank 7. The release of this new ranking meant that the weakest of the few grandmasters in MCMAU was comparable to a middle stage rank 7 martial artist. Not everyone had a divine weapon, not to mention that MCMAU still had a rank 8 powerhouse who was ranked top 10 in the world. The rank 8 powerhouse who ranked first in Sino Nation was a deputy commander in the military department, not Commander Zhou. There were many deputy commanders in the military department, and the strongest ones were 2 rank 9 deputy commanders. The rank 8 powerhouse in Sino Nation was not only the first in the country, but also the first in the world. There was no other reason. The other party was only 1 step away from rank 9. With a real rank 9 divine weapon in hand, he was indeed stronger than Wu Quishan. He had once fought a rank 9 city lord in the catacombs and lost. A powerhouse like this, whether it was his battle record or ability, was better than Wu Quishan's. The release of the ranking list caused quite a stir. Other than MCMAU, SCMAU received the most attention. Chen Yaoding took advantage of the breakthrough to kill 2 peak rank 7 chieftains. This was also big news. There was a lot of discussion in the outside world. Even so, not many people noticed that one of CCMAU's grandmasters had also risen a lot in the ranking. Everyone had even forgotten some people on the grandmaster ranking list, let alone the rank 6 ranking list below it. This time, Tang Feng and Lu Fengru broke through one after another. There were some changes in the rank 6 ranking list. Luo Yichuan's previous rank 6 ranking was 37th. Now, after the 2 of them broke through, he was ranked 35th, becoming MCMAU's current rank 6 number 1. For a moment, MCMAU was much weaker in the rank 6 stage. However, at this moment, everyone did not care too much about this. It was a fact that MCMAU's strength was increasing day by day. Fong Ping continued to dominate the rank 5 ranking list. Other than Fong Ping, MCMAU had 7 other rank 5 instructors on the ranking list. 8 of them were in the top 100 of rank 5, which was also very eye-catching. On the rank 4 ranking list, MCMAU also had many instructors on the ranking list. Among the students, Zhang Yu had also entered the rank 4 ranking list. As for the low-ranked ranking list, MCMAU had even more students. At this moment, no one doubted the number 1 elite school after the second championship. Although MCMAU had won the championship and suppressed CCMAU, some of CCMAU's instructors and students, including powerhouses from all over the world, did not think that MCMAU was stronger than CCMAU. However, at this moment, the strong and the weak were completely reflected. The outside world was in an uproar. MCMAU, on the other hand, was quiet. At this moment, MCMAU had sent off the people from Startown City. After these people left, in the huge MCMAU with thousands of people, there was almost no one wandering around the school. On the day the ranking list was released, Li Chongsheng did not curse because he was in closed-door cultivation. Fong Ping was not happy because he was also in closed-door cultivation. Qin Fengqing no longer complained that he was not on the ranking list. He was also in closed-door cultivation. The other grandmasters were also familiarizing themselves with their divine weapons and stabilizing their realms. The rank 6 instructors had also entered the Celestiality Cultivation Room, or the Pressure Room, to cultivate. Almost no one could see them. Therefore, when Song Yingji returned to school, Old Song was very surprised. He was a rank 6 who was almost sent to clean the toilet. At this moment, he was the only rank 6 martial artist in MCMAU who could be seen. Even the director of the school administration, who usually wandered around, he had also gone into closed-door cultivation. Therefore, Old Song had become the current person in charge in a muddle-headed manner. In the school, Song Yingji was really at a loss. Seeing that many instructors were reporting to him, Old Song said with a blank expression, "I'm not the school leader." "Instructor Song, your ability is the strongest at the moment." Someone corrected him. "In MCMAU, when the others were not around, your ability was the strongest. Naturally, you had to bear the responsibility." "My ability is the strongest?" Old Song looked around. Yes, he was the strongest. There was not even a shadow of a rank 6 present. Song Yingji did not know whether to cry or laugh. "Just like that, I became the number 1 in MCMAU?" After asking about the situation and finding out that the others had all gone into closed-door cultivation, including Fong Ping, who was also preparing to break through to rank 6, Song Yingji suddenly broke into a run without another word. This time, he was also going to enter middle stage rank 6. Just a little more, 3 to 5 days' time. When Magic City's catacombs was in chaos, he hid outside for many days. These few days had calmed down, so he ran back. Now that he knew that Fong Ping was going to break through to rank 6, Old Song did not dare to delay. If he delayed any more, he and Fong Ping would really be the same rank and level. While Fong Ping had not broken through, he should first enter middle stage rank 6. Combat strength aside, at least he would be slightly ahead in terms of ranks. Therefore, Song Yingji, who had just become the highest leader, disappeared from MCMAU in less than 10 seconds. Fong Ping did not know about Song Yingji's return. He did not know about the ranking being updated either. At this moment, Fong Ping was walking on the waves, practicing his saber on the southern area's sea. Slash! Boom! Loud roars and explosive sounds could be heard continuously. On the surface of the sea, waves were set off. For 2 days and 2 nights, Fong Ping was practicing his saber. Slash after slash, erupting again and again. For 2 days, Fang Ping was trying to unite his mind and spirit, slashing out that peak slash, unity of heaven and man, Sanjiao Gate appearing automatically. This was recorded in the ancient books. Fang Ping did not want to waste time exploring bit by bit, positioning himself bit by bit. He wanted to slash out a Sanjiao Gate appearing automatically. His vitality was as high as 6,000 calories, surpassing many rank 6 martial artists. However, a high vitality did not mean a strong outburst. Some powerhouses who had extreme control of their own strength might not be able to unleash all their strength in one move, but it was still very common for an outburst to reach 70% of their body's limit. Why was Old Man Li so strong? He could kill a rank 8 in the rank 6 stage, because Old Man Li was really strong. In the rank 6 stage, not only did he achieve extreme control of his own strength, he even surpassed it. With a vitality outburst of 10,000 cal, he could use a sword that had been nurtured for 10 years to slash out tens of times the damage. At that time, there was no rank 6 ranking list. Otherwise, with this slash, Old Man Li would have taken first place. No one would have any doubts. As for Fang Ping, his control of strength, as his advancement speed increased, became lower and lower. In the rank 1 stage, although Fang Ping could not achieve a 100% outburst, during the first championship, he could achieve more than 50% outburst. Logically speaking, the higher the rank, the stronger the control of one's own strength. In the lower ranks, almost no one could achieve a 100% vitality outburst. When it came to the middle ranks, some powerhouses who were stuck at the current stage for a longer period of time could achieve this stage. The few who were ranked at the top of the rank 6 ranking list could almost achieve a vitality outburst of 7 to 8,000 cal in one move. These top rank 6 powerhouses could kill that evil sect peak rank 6 in one move. Compared to them, Tang Feng's control of strength was slightly weaker. However, if he went up against that evil sect peak, if he went all out, he could kill the other party in 3 to 5 moves. As for Fang Ping, his vitality was as high as 6,000 calories. Right now, if he went all out, the power of one slash was only about 2,000 calories. If he wanted to slash out the Sanjiao Gate with one slash, this bit of strength was far from enough. Without celestiality, without the strength of golden bones, without mentality, I might not even be able to defeat some veteran peak rank 5 powerhouses. I have a strong vitality, all for nothing. I have to cheat every time I kill an enemy. With his strength, it was reasonable to say that one move was enough for him to kill an early middle stage rank 6. This was because Fang Ping himself was comparable to powerhouses of these stages. But now, without celestiality and mentality intimidation, he would definitely not be able to kill an early middle stage rank 6 in one move. If this goes on, when I reach rank 7 or 8, I might really become a weak rank 7 or 8. At that time, everyone would have celestiality and mentality. Even if Fang Ping could replenish it endlessly, if the other party killed him in one move, he would not be able to unleash his advantage. Being invincible in the same rank would probably become a joke when he reached rank 7. When others practice saber techniques, their vitality is limited. Their body strength also has a limit. They can't bear to waste a lot of energy. I'm different. Fang Ping knew clearly where his advantage lay, although he really wanted to wait until he reached 100 billion wealth points before using them. However, the difference between a difference of more than 4 billion and a difference of more than 5 billion was not big. Fang Ping would rather spend a few billion wealth points to improve his saber technique and increase his strength first. When he reached rank 6, would he still have to worry about not having enough wealth points? Boom! Fang Ping slashed again and again. The thunderous explosion resounded throughout a radius of 1,000 meters. At this moment, Fang Ping had already entered the coastal area. He was not at the southern area. Otherwise, such a huge commotion might blow up MCMAU. Hard work can make up for one's lack of talent. Not to mention, Fang Ping, am not stupid. If I'm not talented, I can't be thrice honed. So, even without the system, I'm still a well-deserved prodigy of this era. I have talent, and I'm willing to work hard. If Fang Ping, don't succeed, who else in this era can? I'm the strongest in this generation, the strongest in all of history. Fang Ping hypnotized himself again and again. Or rather, at this moment, he thought so. He was the strongest. How could the barrier of a mere rank 6 stop him? Fang Ping, on the chaos-vanquishing saber, a cold, sharp glint appeared. Boom! When the saber slashed, a huge vortex exploded. That's not right. Power outbursts shouldn't be like this. I want to cut the water in half with 1 slash and split the sea with 1 slash. At this moment, Fang Ping suddenly thought of the scene when he was learning basic combat techniques. In the video, when Zhang Qingnan kicked, the sandbag did not shake, but exploded directly. He thought of the scene when Lu Fengru slashed and the stone turned into powder. These people's control over their power was much better than his. Split the sea, not explode the sea. Fang Ping recalled everything in the past. At that time, he was not much stronger than same-ranked martial artists. At that time, he still had the mind to study combat techniques. However, as the speed of his cultivation increased, he almost forgot the importance of combat techniques. I can't just blindly pursue the intensity of the outburst. I also have to pay attention to the concentration of power. That's the strongest martial artist who can do both at the same time. Once he thought of it, Fang Ping continued his journey of cleaving the sea. He had the energy and vitality to do all this. Fang Ping was working hard. The most outstanding young people of this era were also working hard. In the cultivation room, Qin Fengqing swallowed the energy stones directly, manipulating the energy stones to explode in his organs. Blood flowed from his mouth. Early stage rank, 5 to middle stage, required honing of the 6 organs. Honing the 6 organs was a very complicated process. It had to be honed bit by bit, one by one. However, this required time. Time was what he lacked the most. If he had life essence, he could drink some to hone his internal organs. However, he did not. He did not even have liquefied energy essence. By letting the energy stones explode in his internal organs, he could use the intensity of the energy explosion to hone his internal organs quickly. However, no one knew how painful it was. Every explosion exploded on the softest and most vulnerable part of his body. It made his liver and intestines feel like they were being torn apart, and his internal organs were about to explode. However, Qin Fengqing felt that his speed was indeed much faster. As for his injuries, the time needed to heal them was much faster than the time consumed by slow cultivation. He was not afraid of being injured, as long as he could speed up his cultivation. Nanjiang. Wang Jinyang broke his meridians again and again. Inside his body, wisps of imperishable substance shot out, rapidly repairing these meridians. Above the meridians, wisps of golden color appeared. His meridians were broken, and the pain was unbearable. However, Wang Jinyang did not seem to care. In his hands, he was still studying a combat technique manual. First military school. Yao Chengjuan's eyes were dull, bleeding from his 7 orifices. He regained clarity in an instant, trembling as he said, "Instructor, continue." In front of him, a middle-aged man in military uniform showed a hint of pity in his eyes. his mentality exploded again, continuously suppressing Yao Chungjun until his whole body trembled and his mentality trembled. Kmo, in the furnace room, Li Hansong roared. Continue burning. I want to forge golden bones. Outside, a few CCMAU instructors looked solemn. They continued to add energy stones, but they were not releasing energy. Instead, they were really burning energy. Wisps of energy flames that looked like real flames started burning in the furnace room. Li Hansong was screaming in pain. His half-golden body was badly mutilated, and his bones were melting. Why bother? Chapter 473. Time passed, day by day. McMao, after a few days of peace, things started to get lively again. The Grand Master Banquet was imminent. MCMAU started to decorate the place with lanterns and colored banners, waiting for the guests to arrive. Song Yingji had finally broken through, stepping into middle stage rank 6. The moment he came out of closed-door cultivation, Song Yingji seemed to be happy and sad at the same time. When Tang Feng, who had come out of closed-door cultivation 2 days earlier, came to congratulate him, Song Yingji wanted to cry, but had no tears. I should go home and do closed-door cultivation. What happened? Song Yingji said helplessly. I met a tough guy. Qin Feng Qing, next door is too crazy. He keeps roaring. He disturbed me a few times. I wanted to beat him up, but I found out that this kid is using energy ores to blow up his internal organs to cultivate. Tang Feng was silent for a moment. Suddenly, he patted his daughter, who was following him, and sighed. If you meet Qin Feng Qing next time, stay away. Don't think that your father is a rank 7. If you meet this kind of tough guy, you have to give in. Tang Wen nodded hurriedly. Even a rank 6 instructor said he was tough. If her father wanted her to stay away, then it was best to stay far away. After reminding his daughter, Tang Feng glanced at Song Yingji and said helplessly, there are still a lot of tough guys. That kid Fong Ping has been slashing at the sea for 7 days and 7 nights, slashing tens of thousands of times. Some islands near Magic City thought that a tsunami was coming. Many people were so scared that they moved. Song Yingji's expression stiffened. He slashed a tsunami? These young people really don't know how to respect the old and love the young. Don't they know how to give in to us? Thinking about it, Song Yingji still asked, has he broken through? Since this morning, that kid has stopped slashing. Lu Fengru is watching. She's guessing that he's going to break through. Is he going to break through? Song Yingji smiled bitterly. Rank 6. MCMAU's first rank, 6 student. MCMAU had never had a rank 6 student since its establishment. There were many rank 5s, but from rank 5 to rank 6, it often took decades of hard work. Do you want to go take a look? Tang Feng glanced at Song Yingji. Song Yingji's cultivation had been faster recently. It had not been long since he entered rank 6. It had only been about a year, and now he had already sealed one of his Sanjiao gates. Tang Feng felt that Old Song's rapid cultivation had something to do with Fong Ping privately clamoring to beat him up. If that was the case, he would bring him to see Fong Ping's breakthrough. Perhaps Old Song could break through to upper stage rank 6 very soon. Among the instructors, there were only 2 whom Fong Ping wanted to beat up in private. One was Tang Feng, the other was Song Yingji. Now that both of them had completed their breakthroughs at an extremely fast pace, Tang Feng felt that the necessary pressure was still necessary. Now that he had reached rank 7, there would be no danger for the time being. Perhaps Song Yingji could be given a little more pressure. Song Yingji didn't think too much about it at the moment. He nodded and said, then let's go take a look. Let's see if this kid can break through today. After saying that, the 2 of them did not delay any longer. Without bringing his daughter along, Tang Feng turned around and flew toward the southern sea, with Song Yingji. In the sea, Fang Ping sat on top of a reef, resting his chin on his hand as he pondered. There was no need to pretend to be an expert with his eyes closed. At this moment, Fang Ping was summarizing the gains and losses of more than 10,000 slashes in the past 7 days. On average, I cut 500 calories of vitality with each slash. 500,000 per slash. I cut more than 5 billion wealth, but I recover very quickly, so the consumption isn't that high. I spent more than 3 billion wealth. At this moment, Lu Fengru, who was far away, probably did not expect that Fang Ping was not thinking about breaking through, but was calculating how much he had spent. I can spend more than 3 billion wealth just by practicing my swordsmanship. Other than me, no one else would do this. Fang Ping let his imagination run wild for a while. He looked at his stats again. Wealth, 92. For billion, converted vitality. 5,999 calories. 5,999 calories. Mentality, 899 hertz. 899 hertz. Bones honed, 177 bones, 100%. 29 bones, 90%. Storage space, 32 cubic meters, plus energy shield. 10,000 wealth/minute. There were no changes in the stats of vitality and mentality. Compared to a few days ago, the only thing that changed was his wealth, which had decreased by a few billion. However, Fang Ping glanced at Lu Fengru, who was far away, and shouted suddenly, "Teacher, go to school and call more teachers and classmates over, okay?" Huh. Lu Fengru was stunned. Before she could speak, Fang Ping suddenly stood up, stepped into the air, and said loudly, "Teacher, I'm going back to school." Huh. Lu Fengru was a little dazed. What was Fang Ping doing? Was he not preparing to break through the realm? Lu Fengru caught up quickly, frowning. "You still haven't located the location of the Sanjiao Gate." Fang Ping nodded at first, then shook his head and said, "I'm not locating it. You'll know later. I'm thinking that going to the southern area of the school to break through might have a better effect." Lu Fengru was a little confused. What did he mean? Fang Ping did not say much. "I've been hacking like an idiot for 7 days and 7 nights. Today, I've unleashed my strongest saber. At least I'll let the people of MCMAU see how powerful Fang Ping's saber is." Fang Ping breaking through to rank 6. How domineering and cool would that be? Once the saber was unleashed, the Sanjiao Gate would appear. Have you seen it before? Halfway there, Tang Feng and Lu Fengru rushed over. Seeing Fang Ping flying back, their expressions changed slightly. Could he not break through? Lu Fengru did not utter a word. At this moment, she seemed to have understood something. However, Lu Fengru really wanted to kill someone right now. Motherf asterisk cur. I've been exposed to the sun and wind here just to see when you would break through. I was even wondering if you could not find the Sanjiao Gate. In the end, this little bastard's first thought was nothing else but to go and show off when he broke through. If it were not for the fact that it was inconvenient to disturb him now, she would have hacked Fang Ping to death with 1 slash. Lu Fengru knew what was going on, but Tang Feng and Song Yingji did not. Both of them were at a loss too, but they still followed Fang Ping and flew back. Very soon, everyone arrived at the coastline of the southern area of MCMAU. Fang Ping patrolled 1 round, landed on the shore, and let out a sudden roar. This roar attracted the attention of many people in the southern area. Fang Ping had not been seen for a few days. Rank 6 only today. The next moment, Fang Ping let out a roar, his voice echoing throughout MCMAU. A few short words instantly attracted the attention of countless people. Very soon, a group of powerhouses rushed over. Was Fang Ping rank 6? Before these people arrived, Fong Ping suddenly drew his saber and roared, slash. With this roar, the waves on the surface of the sea surged. Sea break. In the blink of an eye, 100-meter-long saber glow erupted from the chaos-vanquishing saber. When the saber glow appeared, Fong Ping's essence, spirit reached a peak. The next moment, 3 illusory Sanjiao gates appeared above his head. Right now, the Sanjiao gates were like a mirage, faintly discernible in another space. As Fong Ping's saber slashed down, these 3 gigantic gates that looked like they came from ancient times were squeezing out continuously. The illusory gates gradually began to solidify. Far away, Song Ingji said in shock. He didn't locate. He's going to pull out the Sanjiao gates directly. When a normal person broke through to rank 6, they would first locate. After locating, they would slowly use energy to pull out the gates within. When you pulled out the first gate, you would have entered rank 6. Pulling it out also meant that the Sanjiao gates entered the half-illusory, half-real state from its illusory state. This was also known as the materialization of the Sanjiao gates. Early stage, rank 6 had to pull out 3 gates and then seal one of them. Only then could one achieve middle stage rank 6. Many early stage, rank 6 martial artists would need to spend a few months just to materialize the Sanjiao gates. Pulling out 3 gates from another illusory space was not an easy task. Right now, Fong Ping's body was like a furnace. He gathered all his strength and was forcefully pulling out the 3 gates at the same time. The vitality above his head almost pierced through that illusory space, piercing through that layer of space membrane and materializing the Sanjiao gates. Tang Feng was also very surprised. He mumbled, "The ancient books recorded the unity of man and nature, and the Sanjiao gates will appear automatically." Having said that, Tang Feng suddenly said, "But isn't it the same everywhere?" Why did Fong Ping run back all of a sudden? Beside him, Lu Fengre did not say a word. Naturally, he ran back to let more people see. If only a few of them saw it, if word got out, others might not believe it. Right now, there were hundreds of people in the southern area. All of them looked dazed. This was majestic. Lu Fengru felt a little tired. This student of hers was thinking too fast. She could not keep up. In the midst of everyone's shock, the Sanjiao gates above Fong Ping's head was slowly materializing from an illusion. As for Fong Ping's saber gleam, although it was powerful, it did not cause as much vibration and destruction as before. Even the sound was emitted. There was not much fluctuation. The 100-meter-long saber gleam was like a goose feather, falling lightly. However, in the next moment, something that shocked everyone once again happened. The sea surface was split open. This saber had not yet landed, but the sea surface was split into 2. The seawater surged toward both sides, but there was a hollow space in the middle. It was only at this moment that Fong Ping's saber gleam landed completely. Boom! A sound was heard. The seawater flowed backward, the waves surging. Some of the mud from the bottom of the sea gushed out instantly, filling up the empty space just now. A large number of fishes and prawns were shattered in an instant. Streaks of blood appeared in the water. Condense! Fong Ping roared again. Only then did everyone notice the 3 gates above Fong Ping's head again. At this moment, among the 3 huge gates, 2 of them had already turned into a half-real, half-illusory appearance. The last gate was also forcefully pulled outward by Fong Ping. Once again, his vitality penetrated the void, like a beacon. Appear. Rumble in the void. It was as if 3 gates were really being pulled out, the rumbling sounds ceaselessly. Outside, among the crowd, Qin Fengqing, who was slightly irritated by the noise, had just come out from the energy room. When he saw this scene, Qin Fengqing suddenly felt like crying. comparing oneself to others would really infuriate one to death. He had cultivated painstakingly. Until now, his internal organs had not even been honed by half. If he wanted to enter middle stage, rank 5, there was still a long way to go. But Fang Ping, with a casual slash of his saber, the Sanjiao Gate appeared by itself. Moreover, it was 3 gates at once. He's already rank 6. I'm rank 3. He's an aspiring martial artist. I'm rank 5. He's rank 6. Qin Fengqing's eyes were red. I want to borrow a shoulder to cry on for 3 days and 3 nights. It was really too sad. So sad that he did not want to cultivate anymore. In the next moment, Qin Fengqing turned around and ran. He saw Fang Ping looking at him. That devil was looking at him. He was coming to show off to him. While his Sanjiao Gate had not condensed completely, he should run first. If he did not run, he would be attacked crazily later. He could not stand this injustice. Is Qin Fengqing all right? Fang Ping glanced at Qin Fengqing from the corner of his eye. Why was that guy running so fast? Did he lose money? He could not care less about Qin Fengqing. At this moment, the last gate had been squeezed out completely. Boom. The void shook. The 3 gates seemed to be sitting in this world, beginning to absorb the energy around them madly. As for Fang Ping, he could also feel the energy coming from inside the gates. This power was nourishing him in return. From the 3 open gates, waves of energy gushed out. Although no energy passageway was built, Fang Ping could clearly feel that this immense energy was gushing into his body, changing his physique and honing his muscles and bones. This energy was not celestiality, nor was it mentality or vitality force. It was more like life force. No, it was like the power of sunlight. He was like a blade of grass, absorbing this energy continuously. The half-golden body was squirming continuously, becoming more and more transparent. The golden bones were also absorbing this energy from the unknown region. The golden light was even more dazzling. Mentality was also being tempered over and over again, tumbling. This feeling made Fang Ping feel like he was walking on air. He was almost about to forget where he was. After an unknown amount of time, Fang Ping's body suddenly trembled, leaving this feeling. The next moment, Fang Ping suddenly felt extremely uncomfortable. His whole body was leaking air. It was not leaking air. The Sanjiao Gate seemed to be leaking energy. In the past, Fang Ping did not feel the loss of his vitality and mentality deeply. He could not even feel it. However, at this moment, Fang Ping felt it. The 3 gates were leaking some energy. The first door revealed the power of blood qi. The second gate was leaking mentality. The third gate was leaking vitality. Fang Ping's pupils contracted. Suddenly, he mumbled, "Can I live forever if I seal the 3rd Sanjiao Gate? Could a peak rank 6 live forever?" This gate was sealed. Vitality was no longer leaking. If vitality was no longer leaking, what was it if not longevity? Martial artists don't seek longevity. The next moment, a cold and stern bellow rang out. The one who spoke was not Lu Fengru, but Tang Feng. Tang Feng stepped on the air and shouted, "A peak rank 6 can't live forever. We martial artists don't seek longevity either. Immortality will only make you greedy for life and afraid of death. When it's time to die, whether the gate is sealed or not, what's the difference?" Fang Ping was speechless. I just said that, and Big Lion got angry. I've cultivated to this point. I just want to understand a martial artist's lifespan. Big Lion's temper is really fiery. After reaching rank 7, he's starting to be arrogant again. Fang Ping seriously suspected that Big Lion pretended to rely on him before. Was he deliberately showing weakness, waiting for rank 7 to become arrogant, and then deal with him. It was very possible. Big shady guy. There was no time to care about him. Fang Ping did not take the initiative to let the Sanjiao Gate retreat. He held the Sanjiao Gate, showing off while looking at the changes in the data. Wealth, 92. 4 billion converted. Vitality, 4,500 calories, 6,999 calories. Mentality, 250 hertz, 929 hertz. Bones honed, 177 bones, 100%, 29 bones, 90%. Storage space, 32 cubic meters plus. Energy shield, 10,000 wealth/minute. So strong, Fang Ping's pupils contracted. That energy earlier, what kind of energy was it? In just a moment, his vitality had actually increased by 1,000 calories upper limit. The upper limit of vitality was not just a matter of vitality. It also included the strength of the entire body. Fang Ping suddenly blasted a punch. Boom! A loud explosion was heard. The entire coast collapsed in an instant. Seeing that, Tang Feng suddenly shouted, 50 million! Mother asterisk her. This kid was fined 30 million a few days ago. Now, I've seized the opportunity. Fang Ping could not be bothered with him. With a look of indifference, he said, deduct it. The school still owes me. Let's just say it's 9. 5 billion. It was just a beach. If it collapsed, so be it. Deducting 50 million from me? Fine, I don't care. Do you think I'm as poor as you? At this moment, Fang Ping stared at the beach that had collapsed tens of meters in circumference. Suddenly, he broke into a grin. So strong. He did not expect that in just a moment, his strength would skyrocket by a large margin. He did not feel any discomfort with this kind of skyrocketing. In martial arts cultivation, this kind of situation was very rare. Under normal circumstances, there was a gradual process. This time, however, the moment the 3 doors appeared, he did not know what it absorbed that made him much stronger rapidly. 6,999 calories vitality, 929 hertz mentality. I think I'm not far from becoming a grandmaster, Fang Ping muttered in his heart. Right now, he was not considered to have achieved mentality-vitality unity. If the Sanjiao Gate was not sealed, he could not achieve mentality-vitality unity, even if his mentality was extremely strong. His heaven and earth power was not achieved by combining his mind power and vitality force, but by relying on the system. However, Fang Ping felt that he might not need to achieve mentality-vitality unity. With the Sanjiao Gate sealed, he could directly enter rank 7 and materialize his mentality. It's not just a possibility, it's a certainty. Not only that, maybe I'll achieve the stage of mentality materialization in advance. What should I do then? Fang Ping shook his head. His current realm was not easy to calculate. When his mentality materialized in advance, would he be considered rank 7 or rank 6? Or would he be considered rank 8? I don't understand. Fang Ping was too lazy to figure it out. He looked around. Qin Fengqin did not come back. Old Qin ran away just now. Could he be hiding from him? Qin Fengqin was not around. Fang Ping's eyes suddenly lit up. He looked at Song Yingji, who was not far away, and laughed. Instructor Song, you're back. I'm so happy that you can come back safely. You even witnessed me crossing the stage of rank 6 in 1/. It's so exciting. In the past, Fang Ping still remembered old Song's words, I'm rank 6. Now, Fang Ping laughed and said, Instructor, I'm rank 6. After saying that, Fang Ping added, I'm 20 years old this year. In a few days, it'll be my 20th birthday. Instructor Song, I'll treat you. Song Yingji glanced at Fang Ping, then at Tang Feng. Suddenly, he turned around and left. He wanted to go down to the catacombs. Yes, He had just returned. He wanted to go again, now. Don't stop me. Tang Feng, guess what he wanted to do? He glared at Fang Ping fiercely. This kid really deserved a beating. The next moment, Tang Feng grabbed Song Yingji, coughed softly, and said, "In 2 days, the school will treat us. Don't go now." Although he wanted to try and see if he could provoke Song Yingji, this bastard Fang Ping had gone too far. How heartbreaking. He even had to add that he was going to be 20 years old in a few days. Even Tang Feng wanted to strike him dead. Song Yingji did not say a word. He stared at Fang Ping quietly. If this bastard continued to provoke him, he would fight it out with him. Lu Fengru looked at Fang Ping. She also felt a little tired. Too lazy to speak, she used the flight step and left. Around them, the crowd was also discussing. Fang Ping, 20 years old, broke through rank 6. Sophomore year not over yet. 2010, March 30th, Fang Ping broke through rank 6. This was also a new record. Even if Commander Li of the military department was a rank 6 at 20 years old, it was still a different concept from Fang Ping. 2008, April. Fang Ping came into contact with martial arts. In less than 2 years, Fang Ping had achieved something that many people could not achieve in their lifetime. MCMAU and the entire martial arts university might give birth to the first grandmaster in history who had not yet graduated. This was a record that had never been broken before. Grandmaster, that was a completely different concept. Fang Ping might even break the record of the youngest grandmaster. As for Fang Ping, after showing off for a while, he said loudly, "Today, I broke through rank 6. It's better to have fun together than to have fun alone. All the students in the university will receive 1 gram of cultivation-aiding energy stone for free. The president is mighty." Flattery was heard soon after. Recently, there were too many happy events in MCMAU. Many of the students' faces were almost blooming with smiles. It was just a pity that Dean Tang had broken through a few days ago. It was such a pity that the president did not celebrate with them. Not far away, Wu Quishan was too lazy to say anything. This kid, he was relying on his credits, wasn't he? After a few times, let's see how much he had left. However, he could understand Fang Ping's intentions. He was just taking the opportunity to give some benefits to the students. It all depended on whether these students could seize the opportunity and keep up with these prodigies. Wu Quishan glanced around and sighed softly. There was probably no hope. Not only the students, but even most of the instructors had been surpassed. The rank 6 Fang Ping had performed that slash just now. Now that he was up against the evil sect peak rank 6 without celestiality, it was hard to say who would win. Besides, Wu Quishan glanced at Fang Ping's Sanjiao gate. Until now, Fang Ping had not hidden it. He could feel the loss of energy. Most importantly, he realized a very important problem. Fang Ping could still fight at full strength. Yes, Fang Ping's vitality was full. He did not seem to care about the loss of energy. Yes, this kid can do this. When Wu Quishan thought of this, he suddenly sympathized with Fang Ping's future opponent. One might think that he could not go all out, but this kid just had to go all out. This was scary. What Wu Quishan noticed, Fang Ping naturally noticed too. Fang Ping did not care too much. It was just a little loss of energy. He did not need to use the energy in the Sanjiao gate. Chapter 474. On the 30th of March, Fang Ping successfully broke through and entered rank 6. On the 1st of April, the rank 5 ranking list was updated. Fang Ping had only entered the ranking list for a short while. He had always occupied the first place, but he disappeared from the rank 5 ranking list in an instant. His disappearance also caused countless people to discuss it. This martial arts prodigy who had just risen to fame broke through again and became a rank 6 powerhouse. Wang Jinyang, who was ranked second, did not become first. CCMEU Li Hansong, a new force, rose to the top of rank 5 with a draw against an upper stage rank 6. On the day of the MCMU battle, President Liu of the Martial Arts Association and Minister Wang of the Education Department were both present. In terms of combat strength, Li Hansong seemed to be better than Wang Jinyang. Li Hansong was first, Wang Jinyang was second, Yao Qingjun was fifth. Qin Fengqing did not enter the ranking list. When the rank 5 ranking list was updated, Qin Fengqing really could not stand this injustice. Why? Qin Fengqing was about to explode. He felt like he was about to die from anger. Among the 5 people who fought that day, Fang Ping was rank 6, and the other 3 were in the top 10 of the rank 5 ranking list. Why did he, Qin Fengqing, not even get the bottom of the ranking list? It was not that he really cared about this title, but it was a little too embarrassing. Fang Ping saw that he was furious and rubbed his forehead. While writing a document, he said perfunctorily, "Don't jump around here. Go to the Martial Arts Association and ask them to put you on the ranking list." Qin Fengqing said, unhappily, "Where can I find them? They don't even care about me." The Martial Arts Association had grandmasters. Qin Fengqing did not have that much influence, but Fang Ping did. Although the rank 6 Fang Ping did not enter the rank 6 ranking list, the Martial Arts Association had actually discussed it once before. Middle stage rank 5 Fang Ping had killed a peak rank 6 martial artist. Now that Fang Ping had entered rank 6, it was difficult to judge how strong he was because there was no matching battle record. However, the Martial Arts Association unanimously agreed that this guy's strength was probably not weaker than the peak rank 6 powerhouses at the bottom of the ranking list. However, after some discussion, they still did not let Fang Ping enter the ranking list. At least, before this guy showed a matching battle record again, it was not a good thing to raise these prodigies too much. As for the rank 6 ranking list powerhouses, even if they did not rely on MCMEU, they would still be top-notch powerhouses in Sino Nation. Today, Fang Ping no longer needed to treat him as a young martial artist. Fang Ping put down his pen and massaged his temples. Feeling a headache coming on, he said, "Then don't bother me, okay? Didn't you avoid me when you saw me 2 days ago? Why are you looking for me now?" Ever since he entered rank 6, Qin Fengqing would avoid him whenever he saw him, not wanting to meet him at all. Now, this fellow had taken the initiative to look for him. Fang Ping guessed that it was nothing good. Sure enough, the list was just Qin Fengqing's opening remarks. With a dry cough, Qin Fengqing quickly said that, "Lend me some money, I've run out of energy stones. Scram." Fang Ping flew into a rage and scolded, "1 caddy of energy stones and so many energy fruits. Are you eating them like jelly beans? It's only been a few days, and you've already used it all up. Qin Fengqing, do you really think that energy stones are like dirt that can be found everywhere? Do you know that other people would fight to the death for a gram of energy stones? You should know better than anyone else how rare these things are. Don't you have any shame in wasting them like this?" Fang Ping was indeed a little angry. 1 caddy was not a small amount. Wang Jinyang and Yao Qingjun had gotten so many energy stones that their faces were blooming with smiles. Both of them had definitely not used much. Qin Fengqing, on the other hand, had run out of energy. Qin Fengqing said somewhat sheepishly, "No, that. Anyway, my celestial bridge consumes energy faster. I didn't cultivate much, and it's all gone. Do you think I want it to be like this?" Fang Ping's expression did not look too good. This fellow was a gold-swallowing beast among gold-swallowing beasts. The key was that after swallowing so much, he had yet to achieve middle stage rank 5. From peak rank 4 until now, how many energy stones had this fellow used? In the mineral vein provided by Qin Fengqing, he had dug out a lot of energy stones, but these energy stones were used by thousands of people in the school. Qin Fengqing alone had spent 7 caddy, even Tang Feng, and the rest did not spend so much to break through to rank 7. Seeing Fang Ping's ugly expression, Qin Fengqing said sadly, "The key is that I'm not allowed to enter the catacombs now. I don't have a place to do these, even if I wanted to. Why don't you talk to the military department and let me enter the catacombs?" "Not at the moment." Fang Ping shook his head and said impatiently, "The Magic City catacombs incident has just calmed down. Everyone wants to rest for a few days. Why would they let you in? When the Tian'an catacombs opens, there won't be this restriction anymore." "How long do we have to wait?" "Soon," Fang Ping said casually. Finally, he glanced at him and frowned. "It's not right for you to eat energy stones like this. It's too wasteful." Qin Fengqing felt helpless. What else could he do? Fang Ping pondered for a moment. Suddenly, he said, "Aren't you not afraid of death? If you really want to speed up your cultivation, then go to the celestiality cultivation room and use celestiality to temper your vital organs." Qin Fengqing's expression changed. He said dryly, "You won't stop until you kill me." Fang Ping's heart was too evil. Even rank 6 martial artists only used celestiality to analyze it. It was not used directly for cultivation. Celestiality was very strong. It was much stronger than the energy from energy stones alone. Once it exploded in the body, it would really be blown to pieces. Although he was crazy, he did not want to die. Fang Ping stood up. He paced back and forth for a while. After thinking for a while, he said, "A typical rank 5 using celestiality to cultivate is suicide. It's hard to say. Of course, it's definitely very dangerous, especially if your internal organs are using celestiality to cultivate." After pondering for a moment, Fang Ping gritted his teeth and said, "The officials have a fixed price for life essence. 10 million per gram. Most people can't buy it. I guarantee on MCMAU's name that I'll buy 100 grams for you. If you use life essence to protect your internal organs and use celestiality to hone them, although it's still dangerous, it'll be much less. 1 billion. It's still better than you endlessly wasting energy stones. If you really want to cultivate to middle stage rank 5 as soon as possible, this is the fastest way. It's also the best way. Otherwise, you won't be able to finish honing your internal organs in a short period of time." "I'll do it." This time, Qin Fengqing agreed, without hesitation. He actually bought 100 grams of life essence for him. Fang Ping, this kid, had a great conscience. Fang Ping's expression was ugly. "Qin Fengqing, you have to know that this thing is not supplied to the public. If I help you buy it in MCMAU's name, that means that MCMAU might not be able to buy it in the future. Many rank 6 instructors and deans are eyeing this covetously. If you, Qin Fengqing, take it, you'll be taking up MCMAU's share. This is no longer a matter of money. You're an early stage rank 5 martial artist. What contribution do you have to MCMAU? I can lend you 1 billion, but I've already said that this isn't just a matter of money." Qin Fengqing touched his bald head. This was true. The government did not have a lot of life essence. They would not sell it to the public without a limit. MCMAU could probably use the university's name to purchase 100 grams. It would not be a big problem. However, everyone wanted this thing, including those grandmaster powerhouses. Although he, Qin Fengqing, was also one of the prodigies of the current generation and could use the university's share to satisfy his cultivation, he was still not Fang Ping and did not have the qualifications. After thinking for a long time, Qin Fengqin suddenly gritted his teeth and said, "I'll sign a 10-year contract with the university." Fang Ping raised his eyebrows. 10 years? Including this 1 billion, you'll owe 3 billion. You're not the only instructor with a 10-year contract. Then 20 years it is. Qin Fengqin continued gritting his teeth. Seeing that Fang Ping was still silent, he said angrily, 30 years. Will that do? I don't even know if I can live past 30 years. Even if I sign for 100 years, what can I do? Fang Ping heard that and nodded. Then 100 years it is. It doesn't matter how long it is. You just have to answer to the university and the instructors. You, Qin Fengqin, will work in MCMAU for 100 years. You're the only one. If the life essence is given to you, the others will have nothing to say. Qin Fengqin's face darkened. You're really asking for 100 years. Then my benefits in the future, there won't be any basic benefits. They'll all be used to pay off the debt. The catacombs harvest will still be the same as before. Fang Ping, you're too evil. Qin Fengqin pulled a long face and said gloomily, "You want me to work for 100 years for free. Do you still have any humanity left?" Fang Ping said indifferently, "You said it yourself. You'll talk about it after you live for 100 years. Moreover, if you become stronger in the future, such as becoming a rank 9 paragon, you'll be a big shot. Can I still restrict you? Don't you think this makes sense? However, if you don't become a rank 9 paragon and become crippled, it means that the university will have to feed you for 100 years for nothing. No matter how you look at it, you'll gain. You're just a rank 5 martial artist. How can you think of this kind of treatment? Now, a bunch of rank 6 martial artists want to enter MCMAU to teach. Even I have to think about whether to recruit people or not. I'm only giving you this chance because your father is a member of MCMAU and you're also a member of MCMAU. Think about it. Among the rank 5 martial artists, besides you, who else has better treatment? Qin Fengqin sighed, helplessly. Then, will you pay for the life essence this time? That's fine too. In this case, you owe me 3 billion. In the future, your benefits in the university every year will be as interest. What? Didn't I offset the debt? Qin Fengqin was dumbfounded. Only as interest? Fang Ping said lightly, 10% annual interest, 300 million interest a year. You're a rank 5 instructor. I'm giving you a few 100 million a year. Are you still not satisfied? I'm not in a hurry to collect the debt. When you're capable, it's not too late to pay. Qin Fengqin's expression changed again and again. In the end, he gritted his teeth and said, "Fine." Fang Ping did not waste any time. He quickly wrote an IOU and took out a model instructor agreement, tossing it over. "Sign it. I'll help you apply for life essence later. 100 grams of life essence plus celestiality. If you can't reach middle stage rank 5, then you're useless. In the future, you're not allowed to borrow money from me. The more capable you are, the more you can eat. You, Qin Fengqin, have lost all your dignity before rank 7. You don't have that much to ask for anymore." Qin Fengqin did not utter a word. He quickly signed. He would think about it after he reached middle stage rank 5. As for the cultivation after that, he would probably be able to enter the catacombs by then. He would think of a way after he entered the catacombs. Fang Ping did not waste any more time. He tossed the agreement aside and put the IOU into the drawer. Qin Fengqin glanced at it from the corner of his eyes. When he saw the drawer full of IOUs, he could not help but curse Huang Shirun. How many high-interest loans did this kid give out? Also, if he stole it and went to collect the debt, would he be able to get it back? Fang Ping grinned. "What are you talking about? I'm kind enough to lend you money for cultivation. The interest is not high either. I'm not even in a hurry to collect the debt. How is that a crime? With your character, Qin Feng Qing. Who else would lend you money other than me? Touch your conscience. If I didn't sponsor you, would you have reached rank 5 so quickly? Qin Feng Qing mumbled for a while. He had nothing good to say anyway. It sounded reasonable, but he still felt like he had suffered a loss. Anyway, that was how it felt. Carrying a huge debt of 3 billion, signing a 100-year contract to work for free. Qin Feng Qing did not dwell on these sad things anymore. He reminded Fang Ping to pass the life essence to him as soon as possible. Just as he was about to leave, he suddenly glanced at the office desk and asked curiously, "What are you writing?" The school was holding a Grand Master banquet tomorrow. Everyone else had come out of closed-door cultivation and started to get busy. Fang Ping, on the other hand, was not busy with that. Instead, he locked himself in the office and wrote something. "It's none of your business." Fang Ping brushed him off casually. Qin Feng Qing was not in a hurry to leave. He sat opposite him and thought for a while. The incident with those fellows in Star Town last time, has it ended? What incident? The World Youth Martial Arts Competition. The matter of getting a place in the restricted zone. The martial arts competition is still too early. It will only be held after a while. Moreover, we don't have the qualifications to participate. Why are you worrying about it? This doesn't fit your personality. Qin Feng Qing was a little suspicious. He asked curiously, "Logically, since you already know, you should be encouraging the vice-chancellor and the others to go to the education ministry to make a scene." "I won't say anything. You've reached rank 6. Don't you have any ideas?" Fang Ping said indifferently, "Why am I thinking about this? If I really want to go to the restricted zone, who can stop me? I can go there, even if I dig through Mount Yuhai. If I'm careful, those paragons might not be able to find me. It's fine if they're too lazy to go. The restricted zone might not be that beneficial. Moreover, the difference in strength is too big now. I'm only rank 6, the vice-chancellor, and the others are only rank 8. If we provoke enemies in the restricted zone, those paragons will just wait for death if they don't help us." Qin Feng Qing thought about it and felt that it made sense. They could not help it. It was still better now. Although the small regions were strong, they had not reached the point where they could not help it at all. If they really provoked the paragons, then it would be dangerous. What about Star Town? Fang Ping glanced at him and frowned. "What do you want now? Do you really want to rob Star Town? If you have the time, talk to those people in Star Town yourself and see if you can become their son-in-law. I still have things to do. I don't have time to chat with you." Qin Feng Qing did not utter a word. He stretched his neck and glanced at what Fang Ping had written. Then he shook his head, feeling a little dizzy. "What are you doing?" "I need to use it tomorrow. There are many guests at the Grand Master banquet this time. There are people from all forces. I want to discuss it with everyone. It's an arduous and thankless task. You're crazy." Qin Feng Qing felt that Fang Ping was a little crazy. Why was he poking his nose into other people's business at this time? Fang Ping ignored him. "Why do you care what I do?" Moreover, he had nothing better to do now. When he reached rank 6, what he needed to do was to seal his Sanjiao Gate. However, sealing the Sanjiao Gate was not something that could be done overnight. Moreover, there seemed to be no way to speed up sealing the Sanjiao Gate. At this moment, the system was useless. The only thing Fang Ping could do was to seal these portals bit by bit. Moreover, because his vitality and mentality were stronger, it was more difficult for him to seal the portals. If the rank 6 portals were to be sealed, it would probably take some time. As the two of them were talking, Zhang Yu knocked on the door and entered. Seeing that Qin Fengqing was also there, he did not ask much. He said quickly, "Vice Chancellor Chen from SCMEU has brought people here. Fang Ping, do you want to receive them?" "Vice Chancellor Chen is here." Fang Ping was a little surprised. "Vice Chancellor Chen has broken through to rank 8 this time. I thought he would be in closed-door cultivation for a while." Previously, SCMEU also replied that the Vice Chancellor was coming. Why did the old man suddenly come? Zhang Yu shook his head. "I don't know about that. Vice Chancellor Chen is in the living room chatting with Vice Chancellor Huang and the others. I came to inform them." Fang Ping nodded. Beside him, Qin Fengqing suddenly said, "Is Chen Haoren here?" "He's here." "Why?" Chen Haoren was the president of SCMEU Martial Arts Society and Chen Yaoting's grandson. Naturally, Chen Yaoting would bring him along to see the world. Qin Fengqing squinted his eyes, rubbed his big bald head habitually, and said happily, "It's good that he's here. This guy still owes me a debt." He had not forgotten that the guy had stepped on his head last year. He did not have the time to look for him previously. Now that the guy had come to MCMAU, MCMAU was his territory. Fang Ping glanced at him and said lightly, "His grandfather is a rank 8. So what? Can old Chen do anything to me in MCMAU? It's shameless of him to meddle in the affairs of us youngsters." Qin Fengqing said it disapprovingly. Fang Ping also disapproved. It was hard to say. The old man was not that shameless to begin with. If he really bullied you, you had to admit it. Fang Ping did not care about Qin Fengqing. He stood up and said, "I'll go take a look then." Vice Chancellor Chen killed 2 peak rank, 7 chieftains this time. It's a rare feat. I was thinking of going to congratulate him after a while, but now it's saved me the trouble. Fang Ping was about to walk out when he turned around and glanced at Qin Fengqing, who had not left yet. He suddenly returned to his original position and put away all the IOUs in the drawer. This guy was not leaving. Was he going to steal the IOUs to collect the debt? Then Fang Ping tossed the employment agreement on the table to Zhang Yu and said, "Take this to the University Council and register it. Qin Fengqing has signed a 100-year employment agreement. If there's anything in the school, throw it to him. The school doesn't keep idle people." Zhang Yu stared at Qin Fengqing in shock. Amazing. Other people signed 3 to 5 years, but he signed a 100-year one. He was selling his entire life. Qin Fengqing glared at him with an unfriendly expression and said impatiently, "What are you looking at? Haven't you seen people selling their bodies to repay their debts? At least I sold it for a good price. Can you sell it for that much?" Zhang Yu held back his laughter and said, "So, you're saying that you feel very honored?" "None of your business." Qin Fengqing cursed. He ignored them and left quickly. Chapter 475. In the reception hall, Chen Yaoting was chatting with Huang Jing and the others when he saw Fang Ping jogging through the door. As soon as he entered, before anyone could say anything, Fang Ping said with a face full of smiles, "Congratulations to old Chen for breaking through to rank 8 and forging a golden body. You're immortal and indestructible, and your might is known throughout the world." Chen Yaoting glanced at him and smiled faintly. "Forget about the flattery. You're already a rank 6, so you should have the bearing of a powerhouse." This kid's breakthrough speed was beyond imagination. It was July of year 09 when he first met Fang Ping, a rank 3 martial artist. Now, only 8 or 9 months had passed, and he was already a rank 6. Some people didn't keep track of this speed. Otherwise, they would be so shocked that their jaws dropped. However, he had already reached rank 6, and this kid did not seem to have the demeanor of a powerhouse. Chen Yaoting did not know what to say. Fong Ping smiled ingratiatingly. Even if I'm a rank 8, I'm still a child in front of old Chen. Besides, I'm only 19.5 years old. I'm indeed a child. Cough, cough, cough. At the side, Huang Jing coughed softly. Even if they were shameless, MCMAHU was. Chun Yaoding could not help but laugh. Chun Haoren, who was standing behind him, looked even more embarrassed. Yes, he was very embarrassed. He felt that what Fong Ping said made him blush on Fong Ping's behalf. Fong Ping could not be bothered with Chun Haoren. This fellow looked so awkward that Fong Ping felt that there was no need to remind him. Initially, he wanted to remind him that Qin Fong Qin was going to cause trouble for him. Now it seemed that it was better to let old Qin beat him up. After saying a few words of congratulations, Fong Ping took out a transparent crystal box from his arms. He grinned and said, "Old Chun, you've broken through to rank 8. I didn't prepare anything. This is a small gift from me. Take it as a token of my appreciation." Having said that, Fong Ping placed the box on the table. Chun Yaoding glanced at it and raised his eyebrows slightly. Beside him, Huang Jing and Tang Feng could not help but glance at this fellow. Is this kid going to betray us? Tang Feng and Lu Fengru's breakthrough. All right, he had given them the divine weapon, so he would not talk about it. Old Chun is an outsider. Didn't you say that you didn't have many hundred honing fruits left? What's more, Chun Yaoding didn't need it. Wasn't it a waste? Chun Yaoding was slightly surprised. This kid Fong Ping had become more generous now. As he was thinking about it, Fong Ping chuckled and said, "Old Chun broke through to rank 8, and I also entered rank 6 at almost the same time. This is really fate." Hearing this, Chun Yaoding's face stiffened. "So, you want me to give you a gift to congratulate you on achieving rank 6? This brat first gave some gifts, and now he wants to get more back." At the side, Huang Jing and Tang Feng had the urge to cover their faces. Was it necessary? Fong Ping saw that Chun Yaoding's expression was stiff. He coughed dryly and said, "Old Chun, I still owe you half a heart essence that day. Why don't you just give it to me?" Chun Yaoding couldn't help but laugh again. So this was what it was all about. He had only been joking back then. If he really wanted it, he would have taken it long ago. Why would he have waited until now? However, this kid was a straightforward person. He still remembered this matter. A few hundred tempering fruits were worth more than half a heart pith. In reality, the difference wasn't that great. However, the 100 tempering fruits were slightly harder to obtain. Thinking of this, Chun Yaoding smiled and said, "Since you mentioned it yourself, I'll take it as a gift for your breakthrough." "Thank you, Old Chun." Fong Ping thanked him hurriedly. Huang Jing and Tang Feng were a little surprised. Did this kid really take it seriously? 100 tempering fruits. Even if you wanted to give it to me, you shouldn't have given me so many. Fong Ping did not care about this. He said casually, "Old Chun Yunxi achieved middle stage rank 2 days ago. Her cultivation from now on will mainly be honing her internal organs. The 100 tempering fruits are quite effective." Everyone understood what he meant. "Don't think that I'm giving it to you. In reality, I'm not giving it to you. The 100 tempering fruits should be given to Chun Yunxi. As for Chun Haoren, who's drooling with envy, don't even think about it." This time, Chun Yaoding laughed for real. He said, "All right, stop fooling around. I'll give these 100 tempering fruits to Yunxi later." Behind him, Chun Haoren felt lost. The old man had spoken. This meant that there was no more for him. Fong Ping did not care what he thought. Old Chen's debt had been repaid, and he had one less worry to worry about. Without thinking too much, Fong Ping chuckled and sat down beside Tang Feng. The Grand Masters did not say anything. Chen Haoren, on the other hand, felt that he really needed to leave. It was too hurtful. He was the junior of the juniors here. Not to mention sitting. Even if he stood, he had to stand up straight. As for Fang Ping, people could not be compared to each other. Fang Ping came in and talked and laughed. He even sat down so naturally. Everyone looked as if it was only natural. This attitude. Chen Haoren felt that he should go out and get some fresh air. It was really difficult to feel Fang Ping's influence in MCMAU without going to MCMAU. Chen Haoren's emotions were fluctuating, but Fang Ping really did not care. At this time, Fang Ping stopped fooling around. He listened to the Grandmaster's conversation with a serious attitude. Seeing his attitude, Chen Yaoting and the others did not bother with him anymore. They continued the previous topic. Chen Yaoting said, "I'm afraid the opening of Tiannan's catacombs this time will be a fierce battle. Currently, the number of martial arts universities' high ranks that have been recruited is close to 30. Huang Jing frowned. That means that at least 100 high ranks will be gathered when Tiannan's catacombs opens. Martial arts universities were not the main force of the catacombs battle. The main force was the military department. Martial arts universities had already recruited 30 grandmasters. The military department would only have more. In addition to the House of Guardians, the hundreds of grandmasters gathered when Tiannan's catacombs opened was not considered a lot. As they were talking, Fang Ping could not help but whisper, "Old Chen, Vice-Chancellor, the military department is recruiting martial arts grandmasters." Huang Jing nodded slightly. "I didn't tell you about yesterday's matter regarding our recruitment order. This time, MCMAU, 3 people are being recruited. Olwu must go. The other 2 will be decided by MCMAU. MCMAU wants 3 grandmasters." Fang Ping was a little surprised. Then he said with some dissatisfaction, "That's too much." It was not that MCMAU did not want to contribute. It was just that recruiting 3 people at once was indeed too much. In Magic City's catacombs, MCMAU also needed grandmasters to hold the fort. Lu Po would probably go to Magic City's catacombs. In this way, excluding Old Li out of the 5 high grandmasters, for were directly recruited. Huang Jing did not care too much about this. Instead, he said in a low voice, "It doesn't matter how many people there are. But this time, the scope of the recruitment order is wider. Martial arts universities currently have a total of 62 high-ranked people. This time, when Tiannan's catacombs opened, half of them were recruited. This ratio only happened during the capital city's catacombs battle back then. Gathering 100 high-ranked people, that only happened during the capital city's catacombs battle back then. I'm worried this time the situation in Tiannan's catacombs is worse than expected. It might turn into an all-out war." Chen Yaoting also sighed. This is indeed a possibility. Tiannan's catacombs has a total of 11 cities, 11 rank 9 castellans, 11 guardian monster plants and beasts, and about 100 rank 7s and 8s. Among the 23 catacombs in Sino Nation, it's considered one of the weaker catacombs. And now, since so many people have gathered, I'm afraid the government and the military department will most likely judge that an all-out war is going to happen. Under normal circumstances, if it was not an all-out war, the number of human grandmasters would be slightly fewer than the other party to avoid unnecessary conflicts. But now, Tiannan's catacombs had not opened yet, and the military department was already mobilizing. Fang Ping deduced in his heart. Could it be that those Paragon progenitors had received news that the situation this time was extremely bad? "Old Chen, are you going too?" Chen Yaoting nodded slightly. South Capital Martial Arts University's strength was not considered strong. At least in terms of grandmasters, he was the only one. He had just broken through to rank 8. In martial arts universities, he was also one of the peak combat strength. With so many grandmasters being recruited, and SCMU being one of the top 10 elite schools, he had to go. Fong Ping's heart felt slightly heavy. It seemed like Tiannan's catacombs opening was going to be a big deal. 100 grandmasters had gathered. This time, how many people would not make it back? In Sino Nation, there were currently more than 450 grandmasters in rank 7, 8, and 9. So many people were guarding 23 catacombs. Now, 100 grandmasters had gathered in Tianan alone. It was terrifying. Chun Yaoding and the others did not care about Fong Ping's thoughts and continued chatting. After a while, Fong Ping interrupted again. Vice-Chancellor, will the Paragon progenitors make a move this time? Huang Jing muttered, usually not. The possibility is not high. Including the capital city catacombs battle, there was no situation where the Paragon progenitors fought. I wasn't very clear about the Paragon progenitors in the past, but now I have a rough understanding. Both sides are mostly facing off and restraining each other. And the catacombs restricted zone's attitude is only one thing. We can't outnumber them. If we outnumber them, on one hand, their restricted zone will send reinforcements. On the other hand, they will also encourage the cities in other areas to exert pressure on us. That's why every time there is a war, our numbers are actually fewer than theirs. Of course, it won't be by too much. This is also some of the rights that the Paragon progenitors have fought for us. Otherwise, just from the perspective of the Paragon progenitors, I'm afraid we would have been wiped out a long time ago. There was a huge difference in the number of powerhouses between humans and the catacombs. If it were not for those Paragon progenitors restraining them, they might have really been wiped out. Thinking of this, Fong Ping rubbed his chin and said, even if our Paragon progenitors are fewer than theirs, it should not be by much. If that's the case, we're not considered too weak. Why is it that when we've reached the high-rank stage, the gap is so big? Chen Yaoding chuckled. Do you know which era our Paragon progenitors are from? It's hard to say. Maybe it was a few hundred years ago. Maybe it was a few thousand years ago. That's also hard to say. As for the martial artists today, they're all modern martial artists. There was a period of nirvana in the world of martial arts. I don't know if human martial arts were prosperous before that, or if they were stronger than the catacombs. However, there are traces of a period of nirvana in the human martial arts. It's not the same for the catacombs. They've always been in a period of martial arts prosperity. Their city lords are all hundreds of years old. Some rank 7 martial artists are also more than 100 years old. When it comes to cultivation speed, they're actually not as good as us. It's just the accumulation of time. In the past 100 years, Sino Nation has accumulated close to 500 high-ranked martial artists. If we stretch this timeline out to 300 years, then the number of Sino Nation's high-ranked martial artists would have exceeded 1,000 or even thousands. Fong Ping also knew that martial arts had a period of nirvana. In the era of the sects, there was a period when rank 3 dominated. He knew that the others did not really understand this, so he did not ask too much. Instead, he asked curiously, can Paragon progenitors really live for thousands of years? Chen Yaoding laughed. I'm not sure. I don't want to find out either. There's no point in asking so much. Fong Ping heard that and did not ask anymore. He continued to listen to their conversation. This time, martial arts grandmasters were recruited. There were no middle-ranked or low-ranked ones. It seemed that the government had no intention of recruiting middle-ranked and low-ranked martial artists. The order given to the grandmasters was to arrive in Tianan before May. As for how many people there were, The grandmasters were not sure. After chatting for a while, Chun Yaoting looked at Chun Haoren and Fong Ping. You two shouldn't stay here all the time. Fong Ping, bring Haoren to see Yunshi. Let Haoren spar with the MCMAU students, lest he's a frog in a well who doesn't want to improve. The old man was still very strict with his grandson. Recently, a few prodigy martial artists had performed very well. This made Chun Yaoting even more dissatisfied with Chun Haoren. He was only a peak rank, 4 now, too weak. Chun Haoren felt a little helpless. Peak rank, 4, in SCMAU, it was already very strong, okay? In all these years, SCMAU had only produced a few peak rank 4 graduates. He had hopes of breaking through to rank 5 in the next few months. He might even become SCMAU's first rank 5 graduate. In the end, his grandfather was still very dissatisfied. Fong Ping did not say much after hearing that. He gave Chun Haoren a look and walked out of the hall. After the two of them left, Chun Yaoting suddenly sighed softly. This time, after going to Tiannan, I don't know if I can come back. I'm not too worried about the others, but I'm a little worried about Yunshi. If Yunshi stays in MCMAU, please take care of her in the future. Huang Jing said in a low voice, Vice-Chancellor Chen doesn't need to remind us. Chun Yunshi is an MCMAU student. We will take care of her. As he said that, Huang Jing exhaled. I'm more worried that after the outbreak of the war in Tiannan, other areas will also be in danger. That will be troublesome. This is not up to us. The government will think about it. That's true. Fong Ping did not hear the Grandmaster's conversation. He did not need to hear it either. Just the fact that 100 Grandmasters had gathered in Tiannan was enough for Fong Ping to understand that the opening of the catacombs in Tiannan would be worse and more dangerous than the other catacombs battles he had seen. Fong Ping understood, and so did Chun Haoren. Both of them did not speak until they found Chun Yunshi in the southern area. Only then was the silence broken. Chun Yunshi, who was cultivating, had just found out that her grandfather was here. She seemed a little excited. At this moment, Chun Yunshi had already built the last celestial bridge and entered middle stage rank 4. In the end, after a few words, Chun Yunshi's words made Chun Haoren want to cry, but had no tears. Brother, why are you still rank 4? Chun Haoren looked helpless. After his sister entered MCMAU, she looked down on rank 4 martial artists now. After coming to MCMAU, did they all become arrogant? In the past, his sister was so obedient and worshipped him. Now, it was better not to mention it. The siblings chatted. Fong Ping did not stay for long. He actually had a lot of things to do. He let Chun Yunshi show Chun Haoren around first. After Fong Ping left, Chun Haoren chuckled. How is it? How far have you progressed? Chun Yunshi blushed slightly. Then she shook her head. He said he only wants to focus on martial arts now. He doesn't want to talk about relationships. Chun Haoren chuckled. I think this guy still has some ideas. Previously at Grandpa's side, after briefly explaining the 100 honing fruit, Chun Haoren laughed. I've asked around about Fong Ping's character. He's not the kind of person who gives out gifts casually. This kid is very shrewd. The meat is already rotting in the pot, but he's still beating around the bush to give you something. Hearing Chun Haoren say this, Chun Yunshi was a little excited. In her excitement, she suddenly said, Didn't Grandpa give him a gift in return? Chun Haoren suddenly felt a little tired. What was this girl thinking? Did she really want Grandpa to give him something good? Chapter 476. Chun Yunshi did not accompany Chun Haoren for too long. Soon, she arrived at the Martial Arts Society. In the office, Fong Ping was checking the guest list with Zhang Yu. When he saw Chun Yunshi enter the door quietly and start packing, he could not help but laugh. Why didn't you spend more time with your brother? President Qin took the initiative to accompany him. Halfway through Chen Yunxi's words, Fang Ping and Zhang Yu looked at each other. After a while, both of them looked at Chen Yunxi strangely. Are you selling your brother? Don't you know Qin Fengqing's personality? You're just throwing your brother to Qin Fengqing? Qin Fengqing, that bastard, wanted to cause trouble for Chen Haoren since the second championship. Now you're taking the initiative to send your brother into the tiger's mouth. Chen Yunxi was embarrassed by their stares. She blushed and said, "It's okay. President Qin will at most beat him up. My grandpa also said that my brother lacks motivation. I think it's good that he gets beaten up. If he got beaten up, he would naturally have motivation." Chen Yunxi felt that she did not do anything wrong. Look at MCMAU. Everyone grew up being beaten up. Without pressure, where would there be motivation? Fang Ping laughed. All right, since you said so, and your grandpa had the same plan, then there's no need to say anything else. After looking at the guest list, Fang Ping thought for a while before saying, I forgot to invite some people. He had seen this list once before, but he had been busy these days, so he only glanced through it. Tomorrow was the Grand Master Banquet. Now that he looked through it again, he realized that something was missing. When Zhang Yu heard this, he said hurriedly, "We've invited everyone. Who else is missing?" This could not be ignored. Whether they came or not was one thing. Whether they were invited or not was another. Fang Ping pondered for a moment and said, "The families of the instructors and students who died in battle. The Grand Master Banquet is a compliment and an honor. It's not just a banquet for a few grandmasters. It's MCMAU's honor. I didn't think about this before, so I made a mistake. In that case, I'll arrange for someone to receive them personally. Also, we'll personally pick up the disabled instructors from the old section tomorrow." Beside him, Chen Yunxi whispered, "Should we arrange for a few representatives to attend the banquet for MCMAU's instructors and students' families?" Noticing Fang Ping's gaze, Chen Yunxi said softly, "To increase everyone's sense of belonging, letting your family attend the Grandmaster Banquet is also an affirmation for everyone." Zhang Yu pondered for a moment, then said, "Actually, someone mentioned it before, but I considered that there were too many people coming this time. Since we're all on the same side, it wouldn't be too late to celebrate in private." Fang Ping exhaled and said, "Please, invite them all. I haven't had much time to care about this for the past few days, so I've neglected it. For example, Teacher Tang's family, the Grandmaster's families, the director's children, the instructors' families. Please invite all of them. What about the students? Parents of outstanding students can come. Is Fang Yuan coming too?" Chen Yunxi asked excitedly. Fang Ping's expression stiffened. He could not help but ask, Why did you think of her?" Chen Yunxi snickered and said, "Sister Fang Yuan is very cute. I think it'll be livelier if she's here." Fang Ping was speechless. He did not dwell on this and continued, "We've sent invitations to the central government, the 3 ministries, the 4 houses, the houses of governors, the other 98 martial arts universities, the 3 major military schools, including Polaris City. The 3 major companies and some MCMAU graduates have also sent invitations. The sects have also sent some invitations. Take a look and see if anyone has been left out." It was not too late to remember now. It would be too late to remember when it started tomorrow. Chen Yunxi heard this and quickly looked at the list. As she looked, she said softly, "Will we receive a lot of gifts tomorrow?" There were so many people, and they were all from big forces. The 3 high grandmasters were holding a grandmaster banquet together. No matter how stingy they were, they would not be too stingy, right? Fang Ping rubbed his forehead. Zhang Yu held back his laughter and did not say a word, looking at the list in silence. Chun Yunqi did not seem to notice anything wrong. Fang Ping looked at her a few times and could not help but say, "Yunqi, you weren't so Philistine in the past. What are you thinking? We're discussing the guests, and you're saying that you'll receive a lot of gifts. Is this what you should be thinking?" Chun Yunqi raised her head, her eyes slightly dazed. "What's wrong?" Fang Ping saw her expression as if she did not know what was wrong, and said weakly, "It's nothing. This woman has been led astray. Qin Fengqing, that bastard, is not allowed to appear in the martial arts society next time." Just as Fang Ping was talking about Qin Fengqing punched Chen Haoren in the eye. Chen Haoren's eyes turned purple in an instant. Qin Fengqing's expression was solemn. He frowned and said, "There's something wrong with your combat techniques. The openings are obvious. As a middle-ranked martial artist, the brain is the part that we need to defend the most during defense. It's also the most dangerous weakness of middle-ranked martial artists. I've easily broken through the defense of your brain. Once you're in a battle, you'll be killed quickly." Chen Haoren rubbed his eyes and resisted the urge to cry. He nodded and said, "You're right," but Chen Haoren paused and said, "You're rank 5, and I'm rank 4. My defense being broken through by you isn't entirely a problem with combat techniques." Qin Fengqing shook his head and said, "That's where you're wrong. I'm only early stage rank 5. Don't tell me that you've reached peak rank. For just to fight same-ranked martial artists? As the president of SCMAU's Martial Arts Society and the #1 among the students, is your goal only to fight same-ranked martial artists? If that's the case, then the gap between you and the others will only grow. You don't need to jump ranks to kill the enemy, but you should at least not be killed instantly, right?" Chen Haoren's expression turned serious. He said solemnly, "What Brother Qin said makes sense. As a prodigy martial artist, it was indeed a little shallow to always set his sights on same-ranked martial artists." Seeing Chen Haoren's serious expression, Qin Fengqing nodded slightly. He was ecstatic. He had learned something again. Fang Ping, that kid, loved to stand on the moral high ground and say things that sounded reasonable but would cause others to suffer a great loss. In the past, when he beat someone up, he would usually be retaliated against. Now, look, after beating up Chen Haoren, this kid still had to thank him for teaching him. Qin Fengqing reflected on himself for a while. Something still needed to be learned. Thinking of this, Qin Fengqing rubbed his palms together and chuckled. "You're welcome, Brother Chen. Let's continue. When you can block my fist that hits your head, then this match will be meaningful. Then let's continue." Chen Haoren exhaled. "Let's continue. Only by enduring more hardship during the training period would there be a higher chance of winning between life and death." By the time Qin Fengqing was beating up Chen Haoren, Fang Ping was almost done with the guest list. Finally, Fang Ping looked at Zhang Yu and thought for a moment. Tomorrow, all rank 3 and above students will gather at the school gate to welcome the guests. We'll also let everyone know that MCMAU is not hosting a Grandmaster banquet. The foundation of martial arts universities is still the students. All of them? Zhang Yu was a little surprised. Fang Ping nodded. Zhang Yu paused. After a while, he said, "Currently there's 1 rank 6, 3 rank 5s, 48 rank 4s, and 412 rank 3s. Are we really going?" Fang Ping was stunned. He had not asked about this for a few days. Only now did he know that so many people had entered rank 3. More than 400 rank 3s? Zhang Yu nodded. Yes, more than 400 now, and it's still growing. That many? Fang Ping rubbed his face. Recently, the number of people breaking through had increased. He was a little surprised. Zhang Yu's expression was slightly complicated. He said softly, "At the end of August last year, when we took over, the school had 9 rank 4 students and 51 rank 3 students. Now, less than a year has passed. Fong Ping, you're the most suitable person to lead MCMAU. Fong Ping shook his head. He was not in the mood to show off. He said casually, "It doesn't have much to do with me. MCMAU's explosion is actually the accumulation of 60 years. The ones who truly led MCMAU to where it is today are the old vice-chancellor and those old MCMAU people. You don't know how many resources MCMAU has stored. They're all prepared for this moment. The older generation live frugally. When they're injured, they refuse to heal themselves. They break a pill and use it. It's not that they can't afford it, but they want to save it for people like us. These people are MCMAU's soul, MCMAU's spirit." After a few simple sentences, Fong Ping said again, "It's the same for so many people. Tomorrow at 6 a.m., gather at the school gate. Get into uniform and keep your spirits up. Don't let outsiders look down on MCMAU. At times like this, we have to show our strength. The more dangerous the situation, the stronger we are, the more we have the right to speak, and the more people will pay attention to us. The weak have no right to participate in these. You have to know what I mean. At times like this, the ecological chain of the survival of the fittest becomes more and more obvious." Zhang Yu nodded. At this moment, he had also reached rank 5. Although it had only been a few days since he broke through, the stronger he was, the more he could understand this principle. The more chaotic and dangerous the situation was, the more power the powerhouses had the right to speak. The Grand Master Banquet held by MCMAU this time was also a fight for the right to speak. Even if MCMAU did not have a rank 9 paragon or a rank 9, there were many middle and low-rank powerhouses, and they were all so young, so they would also have more power. April 1st, Magic City began to bustle with activity. People arrived in Magic City one after another. Various forces gathered. Even in society, ordinary people knew that Magic City Martial Arts University was holding a Grand Master Banquet. Many ordinary people began to discuss it. April 2nd, early in the morning, MCMAU was decorated with lanterns and streamers. The atmosphere was joyous. Martial arts universities were schools, but they were also not schools. They could even be seen as modernized New Age sections. When a school teacher broke through to Grandmaster, it was also the glory of the entire school. No one was unhappy. In a hotel not far from MCMAU, on the hotel rooftop, a few Grandmaster powerhouses looked at MCMAU from afar. When they saw a group of students in neat clothes gathered at the school gate, a Grandmaster powerhouse could not help but sigh softly. MCMAU is becoming more and more powerful. MCMAU's strength does not lie in having a few more high ranks. Beside him, a female Grandmaster nodded slightly and said, "Indeed, just the quality of the students is comparable to our school's instructors. Dozens of middle-rank students and hundreds of rank 3 students. In normal martial arts universities, rank 3 instructors were the instructors. Hundreds of students with the strength of instructors were even stronger than some non-full-time martial arts universities. A few people discussed in low voices. Someone laughed and said, "We're fine. It's always been the same." CCMAU, on the other hand, might be a little uncomfortable this time. Who's coming from CCMAU this time? Sujan. Him. Someone instantly laughed and said, "Isn't he afraid that Li Changxing will cause trouble for him?" I don't think so. After all, this is a big event for MCMAU. No matter how unruly Li Changxing is, he won't cause trouble at this time. It's hard to say, but I heard that Li Changxing has been in closed-door cultivation recently. I heard that he wants to materialize his mentality, but he might not come out. Su Zhan might not be afraid of him. Su Zhan obtained a divine weapon earlier, and his strength increased greatly. Li Changsheng, a fake rank 8, might not be able to defeat him. Dogs bite each other. These two old things were not good people when they were young. If Li Changsheng did not suppress Su Zhan with that bad temper of his, Su Zhan's reputation might not be any better than Li Changsheng's. That's true. We'll just watch the show. A few grandmasters talked and laughed, looking forward to Li Changsheng coming out of closed-door cultivation. MCMAU's entrance. The main gate was wide open. Hundreds of students held their heads high and chests out, their faces full of joy. Fang Ping stood in the middle, the students lined up on both sides. In front, a few rank 5 martial artists were leading. On the left, Zhang Yu was the leader. On the right, Chen Wenlong was in the lead. As for Qin Fengqing, who was also a rank 5, Fang Ping used his poor image as an excuse, worried that his big bald head would ruin the school's image, and arranged for him to be at the back. Qin Fengqing did not mind. At this moment, he was chatting with Lu Dali, who was in charge of photography. As they chatted, he found out that Lu Dali was also in debt and was forced to work for Fang Ping. Qin Fengqing could not help but sympathize with him. "How much money do you owe him?" "Not much. A few million." "A few million? Then how many years did you sign a contract with him?" 10 years. Qin Fengqing suddenly felt extreme sympathy for Lu Dali. A few million, and he was sold for 10 years. Compared to him, Qin Fengqing suddenly felt that selling himself for 100 years was nothing. This guy was really miserable. How could a few million be considered money? At the same time, Qin Fengqing also looked down at Lu Dali. They were not the same kind of people. Lu Dali sold himself too cheaply. Qin Fengqing felt that he was much better than him. As they chatted, Lu Dali, who was filming, suddenly lowered his voice and said, "Mr. Fang's sister is here." Qin Fengqing tilted his head and looked toward the school gate. He saw a group of more than 20 people walking toward the gate with some nervousness. There were old and young people, martial artists, and aspiring martial artists among them. In front of the crowd, a few young girls were looking over, their eyes darting around. They were a little nervous, but also a little excited. Qin Fengqing grinned. Fang Ping's sister? Fang Ping was his biggest creditor. This kid was also a real tycoon. Should he consider it? In front of the crowd, Fang Ping saw Fang Yuan too. He felt a little helpless when he saw the girls' excitement. He had not specifically arranged for Fang Yuan to come here. However, it was said that the family representatives of the instructors and students would be invited. Naturally, Fang Ping's family members were invited. Fang Mingrong and Li Xiaoying heard that there would be many people, including many grandmasters. When they heard this, their legs turned to jelly. In the end, the Fang family's representative became Fang Yuan. Seeing that Fang Yuan had deliberately straightened her back when she saw him, pretending to look straight ahead, Fang Ping laughed in his heart. Ignoring the girl, Fang Ping took a few steps forward. With a solemn expression, he placed his right hand across his chest and performed a martial arts salute. He said loudly, "Welcome, MCMAU's instructors and students' families. On behalf of MCMAU, Fang Ping would like to thank everyone for their contributions over the years. You have nurtured countless talents for MCMAU." Fang Ping saluted. At the school gate, hundreds of students straightened their backs and performed a martial arts salute. Some of the family members who came to attend the banquet had tears in their eyes. Some were at a loss and did not know what to do. Among these people, some of their relatives had died in battle in the catacombs. Inside the school, in the distance, a group of old people also had tears in their eyes. Today belonged to MCMAU. Soon, the instructors and students' family representatives were led by others to the banquet venue. Fang Ping did not talk to Fang Yuan, but he could vaguely hear the girl's conversation with the little girl next to her. "Sonia, this is my brother. Isn't he handsome? I told my brother not to bully your dad anymore. Your dad hasn't said that he's been bullied by my brother, has he?" The girl next to her said, worriedly, "My dad came home a few days ago and said that he would fight to the death with your brother sooner or later. Yuan, can my dad defeat your brother?" "Probably not. My brother has killed a peak rank 6 before. What should we do then? Why don't you buy me some delicious food and bribe me? I'll ask my brother to give in." Fang Ping did not know whether to laugh or cry when he heard the two girls' conversation. This old man Song Yingji was a rank 6 powerhouse. Did he have to go home and complain to his daughter for no reason? He even wanted to fight to the death with him. Had he really been provoked to the point of insanity? Laughing aside, Fang Ping did not have time to think about this. As soon as the family group arrived, the other guests began to arrive one after another. On the military department's side, Tianmu came to congratulate them on behalf of the military department. As an MCMAU graduate, Tianmu had deep feelings for MCMAU. When he saw the lineup of MCMAU students, he beamed with joy and patted Fang Ping for a while, almost making Fang Ping fall apart. It was just that he was a little stingy. The military department also sent a congratulatory gift this time. It was not resources, but a piece of calligraphy. Commander Li Jun of the military department personally inscribed the words, "Brilliant for 1,000 years." Although it was not a pill or an energy fruit, a piece of calligraphy by a top powerhouse was more precious than these. The moment Tianmu opened it, Fang Ping did not see 4 words, but a sword glow that pierced through the sky. Fang Ping even suspected that it was an illusion. However, after a closer look, he confirmed that it was not an illusion. Ordinary martial artists saw only 4 words, but martial artists with strong mentality, like Fang Ping, saw mentality pressure that condensed and did not dissipate. When Tianmu entered the door, he reminded him in a low voice, "This piece of calligraphy is for MCMAU, but it's mainly for Li Changxing's breakthrough. Give it to Li Changxing later. They're all powerhouses who use swords." These 4 words were condensed by Commander Li's mentality. It'll be of some help to him. Fang Ping was overjoyed and stunned at the same time. Had a top powerhouse reached this stage, mentality condensed into words and left the body, yet it could still exist and not dissipate? One had to know that mentality materialized by Grandmaster powerhouses was not bad, but once mentality left the body, it would dissipate very quickly. Back then in gigantic Willow City, that rank 9 big willow tree could not condense mentality without dissipating and maintain it forever. Otherwise, the big willow tree would not need to guard the fountain of life all this time. The fountain of life was sealed by mentality. If the big willow tree did not maintain it, very soon the mentality barrier would dissipate and the life essence would flow away. Fang Ping did not think too much. Very quickly, he arranged for someone to send this piece of calligraphy to Old Man Li's closed-door cultivation place. Perhaps with this piece of calligraphy, Old Man Li could complete his breakthrough in no time. The military department sent Tianmu, the education department sent Minister Wang, and the Department of Investigation Services sent Minister, whom Fang Ping knew. Not all the people from the 4 houses of guardians were grandmasters. However, from the Southern House of Guardians, Wu Chuan specially rushed over. Initially, Wu Chuan was still guarding the Nanjiang catacombs, but now that the Nanjiang catacombs was guarded by Zhao Xingwu, Wu Chuan also specially rushed over. So far, he was also the only rank 9 powerhouse who rushed over. Under normal circumstances, rank 9 powerhouses would not participate in Grandmaster banquets. However, Wu Chuan had a close relationship with MCMAU. Specially rushing over was also expected. When Wu Chuan arrived, a few Grandmasters also personally came to welcome him. On Magic City's side, Magic City's governor personally came over, giving enough face. On the sex side, Fang Ping also saw a few familiar faces. The Qingtian Mountain Golden Body female powerhouse who quarreled with old man Li that day came with a few young female martial artists. A skinny monk from Wanshan Temple had arrived with Jessa the monk. On Mount Wangwu's side, High Grandmaster Zhao Xingwu's son brought people to congratulate them. On the Martial Arts University's side, people from each school came, including Li Hansong, Wang Jinyang, and the others. In the business world, there were also some Grandmaster powerhouses who came to attend the banquet. In an instant, the number of Grandmasters who gathered in MCMAU exceeded 30, including the 3 major companies. There were people who came too, but Zhang Minghong was not seen. On Star Town's side, someone also came this time. It was not Li Mo, but a rank 7 martial artist. He did not bring young people with him, but sent a car full of things, including some information and combat techniques collected in Star Town. It was considered as returning the favor of MCMAU opening the combat technique room last time. The number of people increased. The banquet was also about to officially begin. You're tuning in to the Mystic Fist YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.